about you. I'm not talking about you. I'm not talking about you.
Okay,
Felix, I'm mad at him, but hold on. Felix,
these 12-year-old Minecraft motherfuckers.
In terms of knowledge, in terms of intellect.
He's on your chat crazy right now.
I mean, he's right though. I mean, guys, I don't know why y'all don't even disrespect Trent like that, bro. He's been on that shit.
Yesterday,
you want to talk about some OG shit, motherfuckers? Go to YouTube, you little thing, you jerk off, you dumb motherfuckers.
Oh my God.
I invented that shit. You guys are jerking your dicks off to right now, you dumb motherfuckers. Suck my little dick, dumb motherfuckers. Yeah, little dick. I said it, bitch. What's good? That shit's flaccid when it's small. That's right, bitch. What's good? Little pussy.
Yesterday, I had the top
new wave mother. No,
but
the new wave posers. That's what it is. New wave posers. They think
you're
they
fighting
know.
Ghosts. You're arguing somebody. You're fighting.
What's
you're
happening
punching
right now?
aerials, man. Who are you talking to?
Which chat? Like,
Los.
Sorry, guys. I woke up.
I'm not even trying to be
Yo,
weird.
Aiden, get our fucking content and hurry the fuck up, bro.
Hold on. I got you. I was waiting for him to say call.
All I'm saying, yesterday I had the top G of beat making on Discord. I didn't feel any other way, man. This is whatever. They're here voluntarily, yo. It's not like I don't know. There's gonna be a bunch of top Gs. I feel like why is this guy more of a top G than somebody else? Like he's here right now. What top G of what?
Oh shit, Los, you ready?
oh my god, I don't know. XQC, it's a mistake, bro.
Hey, what were you saying, X? Repeat
Yeah,
that.
what were you
I
saying?
said the top G of what?
Oh no.
What is Tate? The top G of what? The question. Stop. These people say you're the top G. The top G of what? Can you give me a rundown first, an introduction?
I'm back at the right time. Hopefully I don't have any internet issues. It seems for some reason my internet's a bit slow, so let me know if it cuts in and out.
Broke internet.
Yeah, top G of broke internet.
Mods, do predictions. Who's gonna win? XQC.
Well, I don't really feel, my friend, like I'm compelled to justify myself to you. If I
Can we start with introductions first? Where are you from? What country?
Are you talking to me?
Yes.
Oh shit.
This whole panel feels strange. I don't know.
I'm trying to pinpoint the accent.
It
The energy is tense.
Yeah, it's
South
like,
African.
it's kind of like I've walked into a police interview. You know, it's weird.
That's what I'm saying. That's why I said to Aiden, I said, be careful when you bring him in. He might feel like he's getting ambushed.
Yeah, it's a weird thing because obviously Twitch is an online community, right? But I live in the real world. I'm not from this internet world. And in the real world, you talk to people, especially people who can destroy you, with respect. You say, "Oh, Andrew, can you please introduce yourself?" You don't come and say, "Hey, bro," it's just an internet. It's weird.
Wait, what do you mean by destroy? Like, what do you mean by
like beat his ass or like if
Excuse
he
me?
mentally destroy?
Men go through life and talk to each other with respect. I think that's how men
I'm gonna have to start
interact
kicking
with each
people,
other.
chat.
But
There's hella
in my
people in
opinion, wouldn't you say that a respect between two men would be not making me be formal and you would just understand what I mean, right? You would just get what I mean, right? When I say, yo, man, where are you from? Like, you're going to say, hello, sir. Can you please tell me where you're from, sir? Is that what you need?
No, I think that being polite and being formal is something you do.
I was being polite. I softened my voice and I said, hey, man, where are you from? Try and pinpoint the accent.
Okay, well, that's not how it sounded. It said, hey, stop. Tell me where you're from. So
I have a deep voice, so people take it the wrong way very often.
Yeah, it's a thing. He gets people getting real mad at him for that.
Just some advice for the real world. Anyway.
I have 1 foot in the real world, brother.
Only one?
Only one. 1 foot in, 1 foot out.
I'm half British and I am half American. That's why the accent is.
It's like South American?
No. American.
Bro, chat, chill,
Okay,
bro.
so you
I'm
were
not
born
kicking train,
in America.
bro.
I was born in the United Kingdom, but I've been back and forth between the two countries my whole life.
Okay, fair enough.
So
Okay.
that's the accent. Introduction. Andrew Tate is my name, everybody. Nice to meet you all.
Nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you.
Likewise.
I'm Felix. He called me X.
Okay, Felix.
My name's Tyler. You can call me Train.
I'm Silky, just Silky.
Okay.
I'm
Cool.
also American.
Remember everything. So Aiden messaged me and said, Andrew, quickly wake up. Someone disagrees with you. That's what
Okay, a good introduction because that's it. That's how it is.
Who disagrees with me and on what?
I think at least me, I think I disagree with most things, but I don't know about Train though. I don't think he knows you that much. All I saw is a couple clips of you, and I didn't want to Wikipedia whole search. I wanted to take the arguments and the takes for what they are, and not with like where they come from or whatever. Just straight up face value. That's what you get.
You have something specific you disagree with me on?
Oh yeah, most of your women takes are bad.
Yeah, but you have to be specific because the burden of proof is on you. So.
Oh no, literally most of them.
Oh yeah, but you can't say literally most of them. This is a court of law, my friend. We have a judging panel and everything. You have to come along with take that you disagree with and give your argument as to why it's not true. You can't just
Woman
say
can't drive.
Woman can't drive was one of them. Yeah, that was kind of weird.
So you don't think that men are overall better drivers than women?
No.
So when you see the worst parking you've ever seen in your life, you don't think it's more likely to be a female? It's just as equally likely to be a man in your view.
Crazy, bro.
When I see, exactly what you just said. It. Yes.
Then that's your opinion. What's the argument?
Like I said, it's not. It doesn't have to be an opinion, right? That's your anecdotal evidence, which is like kind of a bias, right? When you want to bring out things like women can't drive, you're gonna go with stats, and your stats are off. You're just wrong about them.
No, everyone is. Firstly, when you talk about biases, absolutely everybody is biased to their own personal experiences, right? If I had been in 5 car crashes and all 5 of them were driven by women by coincidence, I'm going to be biased. I'm going to believe that women are less capable.
Yo.
And then fair enough.
To sit here and pretend you're not biased and you're beyond biases is bullshit. That's the first thing.
Okay.
We're all biased.
Okay, and then like a natural, good, educated human being, you're probably going to go on the internet and find some study that maybe you're right about it, and then you're going to figure out that you're wrong.
Study. Oh yeah, the internet study. Oh, why didn't I think of just following the internet study and not?
You're right, because we could have gone fucking Tate's experience instead.
Why do I ignore all my own personal experience and obey the internet study and get my 5th injection and just do everything the internet says?
You're right.
My personal experiences. Females aren't as capable of driving as males. That's my personal experience. You can't come along and tell me that's not true. So, and I don't give a shit. Study. So
the next time we have a problem with science or some shit or physics, why go to the internet or talk to some experts? Let's go ask Tate's experience on it, and we'll have the answer to it, right? Sorry, no insults. That was just I got unhinged. Sorry for that.
It's fine. That's what Twitch does to people.
Yeah, I'll give you that one. That's pretty true.
Conversation would be very different in person.
Well, that part's not true for me at least.
It's the internet, but that's fine. That's the internet. Well, my personal experiences dictate to me, as all of your personal experiences dictate to you, certain realities about the earth. And in my personal experience, every car crash I've been in, every time my car's been hit, the worst parking I've ever seen has always been by a female. Now, I'm not saying females are bad people. I'm saying they're better than men at other things.
Okay.
Men have, if you want to talk about internet studies, because you seem to believe internet studies for some reason, even though you can give me lies, you can give me big lies, you can give me statistics.
Don't dish Gallups. They one topic at a time.
No, studies are the biggest lies on earth. But if you want to talk about studies, it's been proven that females do not have the same kind of spatial awareness that men have. They do not have the reaction times that men have. They've not evolved. This has been studied and found. You want to talk about studies?
And yet males cause more crash accidents on the road than women.
Cool. So we have studies.
So they have less tools for you and studies. Yet they cause more accidents. But according to your experience, they cause more accidents. So you're right. So are right.
Correct. And we have studies that conflict. And in my personal experience, I feel safer when a man is driving me than if a woman is driving me. That's my personal experience. If you want to sit here hoping that if you keep saying women can drive, you might get a girl, that's your decision. But in my personal experiences, that's not the case. I don't know why we're going to sit here and argue about it.
Perfect. Then in that case, then what you're saying is that since you're such a smart being, if you go to the casino and there's 60% red squares and 40% black ones, right? 60-40, you should bet on the 40% black ones because that's how you're going to make money. According to your analysis of these stats, right?
I don't truly understand the analogy.
And it's simple. It's very simple. Like I just said, according to your interpretation
I didn't get it
of
either,
the
chat,
stats on the internet or whatever, right? You would bet on the 40% outcome instead of 60%, and you're saying this is a good bet.
Oh, bro, I know, and I mean this with respect. I know the internet is your life, right? I don't use the internet for stats when I get into a car with a bitch. I don't go, okay, well, she's blonde. Let me look up the blonde chicks. Can they drive? Da-da. I get in a car and I look at her driving and go, and this bitch can't drive. That's what I do. Right? And any man who's honest with himself has been in the car with a chick who's driving on some wild ass, crazy, texting on her phone, risking everyone's life. Every man knows I'm telling the truth.
Okay.
I know you can't say it. Okay. You don't want to get canceled, blah, blah, blah. You just sit here and say, when you get in a car with a girl, you look up an internet study first. Shut up. What are you talking about?
Bro,
Let me
what are you talking about? A bad driver on the road that you can see is a bad driver. I don't give a fuck if they're old, if they're missing both fucking hands, if they're a guy, if they're white, if they're black. I don't give a fuck. That person can't fucking drive. They can't fucking drive. I don't say, oh, I'm gonna go to the study, or I'm gonna do this
Look,
Andrew Tate.
bro,
They can't fucking drive. Let me brake a little bit and fucking change lane, yo. You know, I don't have a license, but yeah.
I'm gonna interject real quick into this one-on-one here, okay? Do all of you guys remember the
Chat, who's winning?
example I gave about real life or like the real world versus the internet world?
Yeah.
Yeah.
The example I gave about the word slut. You guys remember that?
Yeah.
I think I had that take exactly on point. In the real world, like I think when Andrew says what he's saying, right? Like, you know, the people get around like, oh yeah, I know what you're talking about, right? But in the internet world, everyone's very, very, very they're very exact, right? So when Andrew says women are bad drivers, the internet assumes that he's saying all women are bad drivers, women are terrible, women are fucking less than, right? So it just depends here. Are you talking like the real world talking where we understand what you're saying? Like when a rapper says all these girls are hoes, right? We know he's not saying all women are hoes. We know what he's talking about. When you go to the party, that one chick that's sleeping with all the dudes is a hoe, right? We get that comparison. But we know he's not saying that. So the real question here is, are you talking with the context of the real world only, where you're kind of just making that, you're making that generalization, but you don't actually mean the generalization? Do you understand what I'm saying? Or are you actually a sexist? That's what the question is.
That's a very good question, and it's very professionally asked. So I like the way you've asked it. It's very professional.
Thank you.
No, you're completely and utterly correct. The way the rapper says all women are hoes is an absolutely perfect analogy. I'm not saying there's not a female on the planet who can't drive a car. I'm not saying that. I'm saying in general, if every man was honest with himself, if you were to ask him, what's the worst driving you've ever seen? What's the most uncomfortable you've ever been in a car? What's the worst parking you've ever seen? If you were to ask him and he was honest and he wasn't on the internet worried about getting canceled or trying to be correct or looking up statistics or any dumb shit, he'd probably say, I was in the car with this chick once and she nearly killed me. That is not saying women are bad creatures. I'm not saying all women drive that way. It doesn't mean that I don't think females should have a right to drive, etc. I'm saying in general, I think that men have faster reaction times. We are more interested in cars. We enjoy driving more. We pay more attention than women do. That is my experience.
So to hop in real quick, okay, the reason I could kind of predict that, Adin and everyone else in here, is because I went through the same thing. I came from the real world, okay, and I had the 1 foot in, 1 foot out thing. It's why the people I got along with most were Call of Duty players, right? Because they had the same experiences as me. We partied, we went out, we had the college life, we had the club life, and we gamed, right? So I understood that lingo, but I got in a lot of trouble for it, right? If you look at my speeches, I got banned. People said I'm sexist, misogynistic, because I spoke in that exact way. I assumed people were intelligent enough to understand the context in which I was saying these things. But the internet is not like that. The internet applies the worst case scenario, the worst possible context, and they will drill you for it.
Shran, you're fighting ghosts. You're fighting ghosts. Nobody's saying that right now. We're not in that right now. We're talking. Like,
this is why I could predict that he is talking in the real world on the internet. That's the issue. That's the disconnect.
You know, Train, I'm gonna go against you. I'm gonna say, you know whose fault that is? That is your fucking fault. Wanna know why? Because you are a bad communicator. If you can't communicate your thought properly, so people understand it for what it is,
now I
then
can.
you are lacking skill in communication to make your point what it actually is. That is your problem.
Real quick.
Talk about Tate.
Real quick. I want to respond to that. Then take and go in. Okay. X, as you know now, I communicate very well. Now, when I make my speeches or when I make my points, I don't just explain the real world side. I explain the 1,700 different possible worlds it could be analyzed in, it could be perceived as it could be perceived in. I explain it in every way possible because I have a platform now on the internet. So now I've become a better communicator, and I explain in every context. So yeah, that's my point is right now Tate is in his, it's the inception of it, right? On the internet from the real world. So that's the disconnect.
Tell me how he is, then. Tell me how it is. Say, Tate, I think you are a bad communicator of your takes, and you are bad at dialogue. Say
it's not a bad communicator.
Tell him. Fucking tell him then.
X, it's not a bad communicator. What it is it's an unawareness of the internet type of person. You understand? When you're never on the internet, you don't know. Like, I didn't know people like this existed. You understand? I didn't know they existed. So you can't fathom to even have the possible world to explain something in a way.
Okay.
Or maybe he is aware, but he just doesn't give a fuck.
Okay.
Maybe that's the case.
Then, Trent, if you make a statement and you say women can't drive, okay, it doesn't matter what your audience is, right? It is a blanket statement.
Have you seen Nick Polem's poll? Nick Polem's poll on Funniest Streamer. Do you know why that is? Because when I'm in person, I make jokes like that. I go, must be a woman driver that caused that accident. I make jokes like that. Do I think all women? No, women are better drivers than I am. I'm a shit driver as a man.
These are joke in context, yeah. But if you make a statement and you're
that's
serious
why I'm asking
alone,
is he just making that generalized kind of stereotypical joke, or is he truly a sexist? That's what I'm asking. I asked him. He said no. He said he's not a sexist. He's making that generalized joke statement.
Okay. Then when you don't have a dialogue with somebody and it's a monologue and you're alone and you go on camera and you say, women can't drive it without no precision, without no saying, oh, exception is exception, without going down the list of why it's a joke, whatever the fuck. You think it's a good thing? You think you're being a good communicator? Go on and say, women cannot drive. End the segment.
Wrong. No, here's the part.
Does he own that?
Wait. I got to respond to this. He's talking to me. I have a responsibility. Just trust me here. I apologize for interrupting you, but just hear me out here, okay? X. Yeah, I believe, listen, I don't think he has the experience on the internet yet to understand why he is in the wrong to make. I think there's a dramatization, right? I think he is intelligent and is aware of what he's doing. It's a dramatization for these dumb fucks in the chat that sit there and say, fuck yeah. It's a dramatization factor.
Okay,
That's all
hey, Train, let's run an exercise.
For that, I think it's wrong.
Statement like that, but instead replace.
For that, I think it's wrong.
Hey, Train.
For that, I agree with you, X.
Okay. Then if you're ready to prove your own point, then right about the severity of it. How about you make a same statement for the same topic or another one about black people? Go ahead. Do it now. Do it.
But why would we do that?
I made that point earlier. About the consistency argument.
I'm just saying. I'm saying if it's not bad because it's a joke because it's
I didn't say it's not bad.
It's a woman joke.
I said the dramatization of the too far jokes is for the dramatization to get people in. And I said that part is wrong. And I do have a consistency. You ask Nick Polem, in front of him, I make those jokes. I make all kinds of jokes about everything and everyone. Believe that. You ask Nick Polem, he'll go live right now and say I do. I do.
X, why don't you ask Tate if you would say that about a race or something like that? A generalization like that about a joke about a race or ethnicity.
Rage is being an alpha right now.
Hey, listen.
You could have asked him now.
Let's understand my
question. Let him talk.
So I'm half black, half white, right? That's my ethnicity.
Wait,
so we understand my ethnicity. I made a joke an hour ago with one of my cousins because half my family's black, half my cousin's white, and he said he wanted to go free diving. It's where you dive down in the water and you go deep with no scuba equipment with the sharks or some shit. And I said, bro, that's what white people do. That shit. I'm too brown for that. I'm not going with the sharks. I just made a joke. There. Oh no. Cancel me. Who gives a fuck? When I make a statement, bro, listen, when I make a statement, maybe you do, maybe you have all the fucking time in the world to sit on the internet, my friend. But when I make a statement, I don't have time to say, in my personal experience, I don't believe women can drive. However, I understand that some women can drive, and I'm not saying all women can't drive, and I know women who can drive, but in my personal experience, the bad driving I've seen was most likely committed by women. That I don't talk like a fucking geek. I say women can't drive. Now, if that upsets geeks like you, cool, whatever. Because geeks, I don't give a fuck. That's what I say. If it upsets people, tough. That's my personal experience. You're gonna have to get the fuck over it. That's life. And if you want to say I'm a bad communicator, once again, that's your prerogative. But I would disagree. I think I'm very good at communicating. It's the only reason I'm even fucking here. It's the only reason I'm even on the internet. It's because when I talk, people listen. So I must be doing something right.
I mean, it's easy to talk whistle to like a misogynist. That's really easy. It's one of the easiest things out there. Preaching to the choir, that's so easy to get a following doing that. Hey, you hate women on these points and these points. It's gonna be easy to stack them up like fucking easy. Holy shit! I built a fucking world of a community based on being toxic. It's the easiest thing in the world. Way easier than being good and being nice.
I'm a very good, nice person.
Surely.
By saying that, I think that men are more capable of driving than women. It does not make me a bad person or a not nice person. It means that if I car and it's snowing and it's late at night and it's dark, I'm gonna drive. I'm not gonna let some 18-year-old chick drive. I'm gonna fucking drive because I like staying alive. And let me tell you something.
Funny you bring that up because last time you talked about car accidents or whatever, and then you brought stats. You said that well it's because the males make doing more accidents because they're young, right? So even if your own example, right, you would actually prefer having a young female driver, not a young male, according to you. That's what you said last time on the fucking podcast. Then it is exactly what you said. I'm using your words against you. You said that, oh yeah, males do more crashes when you're young because yeah, they're young and excited, whatever. You just said I wouldn't let a young girl drive my car. Then you would let.
Okay, old girl.
I'm just saying, be consistent about it.
Listen, let me tell you something, my friend. There's a cognitive dissonance. There's some serious damage that the internet's doing to society. I spoke about it on Adin Ross on his podcast, and I spoke about how the internet as a whole has changed the world. I'm old enough to see it. And one of the ways it's changed the world is when there are certain beliefs, there are certain paradigms which are not allowed to be punctured, certain parameters which are set by the matrix in which you must pretend certain things are true. People ignore their own eyes and their own ears because they are afraid of upsetting the matrix. And my point is that a person like you, and I mean this with respect, I'm not here to argue with you, this is a professional debate. A person like you whose entire income, personality, his importance, his ego, everything relies on a Twitch account. If you lose it, you ain't shit. If you lose it, you ain't shit. And the problem is that you could be in 10 car crashes driven by 10 different women, and you will still not come here and say women can't drive as well as men because you are afraid. You are not non-biased. You are sitting here inside of parameters that you must conform to or you don't exist. I don't give a fuck. That's the difference between you and me. That's why I say things other people don't.
I don't know what it means. The last part. I mean, you talk about the matrix and the systems or whatever the fuck, but the only reason why you're relevant or cool in the real world is because you have money. Talk about the matrix, the fucking currency, and you think you're the top G because of that, and it makes you more important than other people who have value to society.
I'm not only the top G because I have money. In fact, I think I talked about this with Adin Ross as well. I talked about how money is an amplifier. Money alone will not make you significant or important. I talked about how money will amplify. I was the before I was rich. I was the man before I was rich, and then I got rich on top. That's what it's amplified me. That's all it's done. It hasn't changed who I am. There's plenty of people with lots of money who ain't shit.
Okay, so because of the vehicle of my message is Twitch, it's devalidated.
It's not that it's devalidated at all, my friend. I think that Twitch is a fantastic. And you're meeting lots and lots of people, and I'm here on Twitch as well myself. My point is that you exist inside of parameters. The people who rely on the system will always fight to defend the system. The parameters are set in a way in which you cannot be completely and utterly honest, even if your personal experience tells you so. We don't even have to talk about driving. We can talk about anything. We can talk about the last 3 years where you walked around and didn't see a single sick person, and you had to pretend that you were supposed to be scared inside of your house because the parameters have told you if you say anything else, you lose your entire life, and your life is online. This is the reality. Not most people are not allowed to say what they think.
Okay, this works both ways, though. It's not because you have harsher takes and crazier takes that this doesn't apply to you. I feel like you preach to the choir to fucking incels. Literally, that's like your bread and butter.
Wait, isn't that TOS chat?
So by extent, you try not to go against these opinions because you're gonna lose these people. Like that's just how it is.
So that's an interesting point of view, and we'll go into it in a second. But first things first, I want to clarify because, as I said, I'm a professional, and this is a professional debate. My takes are not harsh or extreme. Every single man, every single sports club, every single football team, every single group of men sitting around having a drink will make a joke about how women can't drive. Every single fucking one. So to sit here and pretend I have some extreme view is bullshit. It may be extreme on the internet where people are afraid.
I broke internet, just lagged out.
Oh my god, this is getting really good too. Hold on. I'm gonna say internet.
Yo, X, how you feeling during this halftime report? How you feeling about this conversation?
I'm okay. I just
X, he's kind of debunking you right now. I'm not gonna
lie. I'm only questioning. I haven't even started making takes and saying things. I'm really just questioning.
I'm not debunking X.
I'm questioning. I'm not even making statements yet.
He's not debunking X, but there's a couple points he brings up that I feel like I do preach about PG-13 streamers and the parameters set by Twitch and the general public that make the PG-13ers say things when I know for a fact they don't.
Yo, chat. Somebody said XQC is the one
they can't lose their job or their income from the stream.
No, that was crazy. Exclusive. You cannot prove a statement. You cannot prove a statement is being made because of the fucking loss of income or whatever the fuck. Because I would have way more proof.
No, not
the
you,
exact
but
opposite.
it doesn't apply to you, X. It doesn't apply to you. It applies to. Yeah, I preach it toward the PG-13ers, right? The ones that glue smiles on their fucking faces and act robotic and virtue signal on every fucking avenue, right? Like, we know they're human beings at the end of the day, right? Yeah, it's those that I preach that against, right? I don't think it's right. Like, I think what he's saying about that is correct. I don't think it should be applied to you, though, because I know you're just like me. Mm-hmm. You speak your fucking mind. If we get banned, we get banned. We eat that fucking ban, right?
We
speak our minds.
In that regard,
there's nothing that you guys hold back at all. There's nothing.
Fuck no. Why would I?
Do you watch my streams, Los Pollos? Do you watch them?
Dude, you know I watch your. I'm saying
those motherfuckers hate me, bro.
You're saying that there's nothing. I'm saying there's nothing that you've ever had to hold back on
The only thing I hold back on are the jokes that Nick Pollum has said. If I could say on stream, I'd be the funniest streamer on the planet. It's my jokes. The jokes I hold back because the jokes are the only things I hold back. But my views and my opinions, I say them straight out and I'm hated.
Now, I for sure had to hold back on some of the jokes.
The reality is, when you're live, like,
20... hold back on jokes.
We all hold back, bro. Come on. We all do.
Only for jokes.
Yeah, like, if you're saying no, that's kind of like...
No, for jokes, yes. For jokes. I'm not everything, not beliefs and shit. For jokes.
Shit online.
I hold back inappropriate shit. Like, sometimes I want to scratch my balls and pull my cock out. I like having my balls out sometimes when I'm on
exactly.
stream. I don't pull my balls out on stream. So yeah, I am holding back, I guess, but not in ways that are not morally or fucking like that don't align. Like, I don't know.
My political views, my opinions on others, I don't hold back. Jokes, yes, sexist jokes, borderline racist jokes, yes, I hold those back because we live in a society. And before the chat, listen, chat, y'all got no right. Y'all got no right to sit here and say, why do you hold back on jokes? You are the ones that cancel all of us.
That's so true.
That's actually
that's so
true, to be honest.
You can't look
Okay, I agree. I even agree even more. Sometimes I feel like I'm about to make a joke that I heard one day. I don't even know what the foundation of that joke is. I just want to say it to farmer lols, right? I want to be a funny moment for others, and I don't fucking understand the joke. I want to say that. Of course I can't, because you're gonna get canceled or whatnot, right?
But so then you do hold shit back, though. You do.
So I guess yeah, you do hold shit back. Sometimes I want to fucking jerk off, and I don't do it on stream because I get banned. So yeah, I'm holding back.
Bro. Nah, not that. No. He's saying saying some shit.
Why would you have the impulse to jerk off on stream?
He's giving an example. He's giving an example, bro.
No, I'm just saying, like.
Well, it's not whataboutism either. I'm just saying there's a lot of things that you do hold back that are inappropriate. Just like in the real world, when you have a real conversation with somebody, you hold back certain things.
It's not about being inappropriate.
Yeah, but I've never been having a conversation with someone and wanted to jerk off. Like, I'm not a psycho.
I go to a party, okay? I go to a party, and I meet this group of people, and this girl has gigantic titties, and I'm a big titty guy. I look at it, I want to say, oh my god, these are huge tits. I like them a lot. I want to say that. Yeah, okay. Well, so what? I say that. I don't say that ever.
Fucking horny.
So I am holding back.
Oh my god, why are you so horny, bro?
That's mad horny though.
No, hold on. That's different though.
Every example you're giving is so horny.
Yeah, that was mad horny.
There's holding back. There's holding back because of maturity, situational awareness, context, shit like that, right? And there's holding back because of society's current day closed-minded awareness that they believe is woke, right? Like those are the two differences, right? Jerking off or telling a chick she has fat titties and you want to suck them, like that's a maturity thing. You hold back because you know it's not appropriate and it's not respectful, right? That has nothing to do with being real or fake. That's why real and fake when you grow up is not black and white like it is when you're fucking 15 years old. And that's why a lot of the chat can't understand that, right? What we're talking about are parameters that cause certain streamers to be censored because they'll get deplatformed and the main viewer bases will try to destroy them and rip them apart. Two different things.
I've talked to Destiny about this, and he had a very good point about this. Okay, I'll tell you why this shit works like that. Okay, I've preached about this before, and I said it once. I'll say it again. Okay, the problem with these things, okay, is that when you have people that are literally anti-woman or anti whatever race or whatever, right? And you make certain statements, right, that somehow are intricate and funny in a way, and you have to explain, right? And you think that you're saying, oh, dude, women can't drive, ha? And the chat says it, ha, ha, ha. People say, ha. But you know for a fact, a decent portion of people out there are like, yeah, they can't drive, fucking women.
Nah,
right?
Alex, he gave you trauma.
No, don't give a fuck. That's how it is. You are literally empowering people that are dog shit, validating them, making them do more. And these people are empowered by that. That's the problem. It has a good, and as an influencer or as a platform, you're empowering that. You're giving them validity. That's the problem.
There's two things that need to be made clear, though. Okay.
When you say, "Oh, just slap that fucking woman," yeah, fuck the woman. No,
that's too far. First of all,
what the fuck?
I'm not gonna hold on.
Actually, give you traumatic experiences.
Guys, but it was a joke, though. But it was a joke. So we're all good. We're all good, though. It was a joke.
Hold on. I want to say this, okay? So there's two things that need to be made clear, okay? Yes, you're right in that sense. I think there needs to be a responsibility to explain the context like I do and that like I've learned to now, right? But the second thing that needs to be made clear is this is a story as old as fucking time, okay? All of us can relate to this back in class, right? If the teacher gave us, let's say, no fucking test today, there was always that one dumb motherfucker, that fucking fat fucking cocksucker that ruined it for everybody, fucking did something or said something, and the teacher's like, oh, he ruined it. Test for everybody.
Every time.
So listen, here's what needs to be made clear. It's not that the majority of who he's preaching to are incels. It's that there is going to be a small percentage of incels that don't understand what the majority of the group that's listening to him, he doesn't understand the context of it, because he is actually an incel. He is actually a sexist, right?
Exactly.
That small percentage.
Yes.
So here's the thing. It's not that he's preaching to a general huge population of incels. It's that he has to go above and beyond and ruin the time of the greater population that understands it's a joke,
Worrying about
and be clear for the small percentage of incels and actual sexists.
If that's what you have to do, if that's what you have to do to stop, if that's the caution it takes in your dialogue to prevent people from doing crazy shit out there, right? Then so fucking be it. If that's the price for people to die less often.
Yo, chat, who's winning so far? Tate's running back right now, guys. He said he's just restarting his internet.
Be it.
Yeah,
I don't give a fuck.
That. Listen, if those people already like that,
X is right.
and they're gonna be like that no matter what, bro.
But listen,
it doesn't matter if Tate is saying something or not.
No, you can't change Tate. He's already gone.
Listen. X is right, okay? All Tate has to do is add one line in there that gives that hint where he doesn't support that extreme sexism. That's it. You just make it clear you're not supporting sexism or misogyny. You make that clear, and the jokes are not going to be taken this way by people like X or whoever else. That's it. You just add one line in there, and that's it. If you don't add that, listen, if you don't, wait, real quick,
Andy's who?
If you don't, here's the part I don't agree with, okay?
Andy,
if you don't add that line, Tate clearly is smart enough and aware enough and has gone through enough in life to understand when you don't add that line, you're going to get more viewers. Do you understand? So he doesn't want to give that line, not because he believes he's not doing what we're saying he's doing. He doesn't want to give that extra line because he's going to lose maybe 2% viewership, and he doesn't want to lose that. Do you understand? And that is the issue I have.
Exactly. It's why I thought it was ironic that he speaks of the Matrix when it comes down to us losing income, whatever the fuck. When he actually partakes in that Matrix for the attention or money that he gets with his rants, knowing very well that he doesn't mean it in a certain way, but gains more by saying that for the people who are like that. He's part of that same Matrix. He's like delusional that he doesn't. That's delusional.
Yeah, but it's like an illusion. Like he doesn't want to lose the illusion. Like,
listen.
Then he's deluded and needs some help. Like
there's a certain point.
I mean, he knows what he just doesn't care enough.
Yeah, when he comes back in his call, tell him you're a clown and you're acting in ways to gain, and you're part of the Matrix. Dumb fuck. Same. Tell him
the shit that you said about like, oh, what about Borat, who's like clearly like an offensive character.
Yes.
But like, it's like for entertainment. Like, why can't we just look at this guy as like just entertainment? Why does it have to be so deeply dissected? Like, it's not. He's not.
If he was like that for entertainment,
no, Los just cracked the code. Literally, facts.
What do you mean?
Because
like me personally, I look at it. I don't watch it religiously, but I look at it as I don't take this nigga serious. It's entertainment.
Nah, Los, what you just said.
It has to be a balance. Los, what you just said. Everybody can be as positive as you, bro. It's facts. Not everybody can be.
Los Polos, what you just said is 100% true.
Positivity.
That's what I'm saying.
He's a character, bro.
Gladly lose.
He's a character, and it's like, don't get.
You went up.
Then let's close the call.
Being toxic. That's him.
Then let's not even be here and just close the call.
No, okay.
There's no point being here. There's no point. No, I'm not kidding. There's no point.
Millions of people like you spreading a good message, and me seeing Tate troll or whatever the fuck he's doing. I'm not gonna feel the need to like, oh my god, you're a fucking terrible person.
Okay, then I'd rather spend my time doing other shit than empower fake dog shit messages that are translated into comedy for entertainment.
Yes, that's
while
why we have
causing real life damage.
Wait, I'll give a good example.
I will lose on it. I don't give a fuck.
That's why we have you to watch you to when we want to be serious and we're being dead ass.
That's what we want to see. It's a good debate.
Like XQC.
Yeah.
Hey, I have a good example. The same actor who did Borat, he has a show called like This Is America or something, right?
Yes.
And he has like 4 different characters. Yes. That are clearly like psychotic. Like there's like a racist dude. There's like a guy who loves guns and all this stuff, right?
Absolutely, 100%.
He's playing a character for entertainment, what? Nobody's like mad at him because there's like, dude. But I get what you're saying. You could like, you don't know if Tate is like himself or playing a character. That's why you even are wanting to debate him.
Okay, you're comparing that you're literally comparing like a pro with it's his entire life went to comedy school, some shit. The whole thing's comedy. He does skits for big corporate companies and makes a dark joke about Asian people, whatever the fuck. You're comparing that guy to the Modern Warfare 2 lobby guy that says no. And you're comparing these two guys like, oh yeah, that was the joke. What? This guy in my Modern Warfare lobby, such a comedian. What a good intricate joke he did right there. What a good comedian.
Bro, he's losing his marbles.
He's not a random guy.
What? Yes, in those topics, in those area, is he known to fucking debate to a high degree with intellectual people?
He's becoming known. Dude, how did he get known? How did we all see it? We all saw a clip of him saying some crazy shit, and then and people laughed at it. That's how we all have first seen this guy.
To be fair to X's argument, I actually saw him the first time ever on Adin's stream last stream.
Me too. I'm not gonna lie, me too.
That's my first time.
Okay.
And what was he talking about?
Wait, that was your first time ever hearing about Tate?
That was my first time. No, not hearing. Because everyone in my chat goes, "Oh, you're literally Twitch's version of Tate," and I used to take it as because all I used to hear was like incel this, incel that. I'm like, the fuck you guys talking about, right? So the first time I actually heard him speak was on your stream, but I've heard his name because people compare me to him for some reason.
Right.
Guys, this to me, this show you could call it at 5 a.m. in the morning. To me, that's like a little bit of a behind the scenes. Okay, I'm not talking to chat. I'm not doing Christian to entertain them. I'm not doing the monkey dance. Okay, we're just here fucking talking. To me, that's the behind the scenes. When you say that Borat guy, he goes on the news often, right? And he has interviews. Does he go on crazy, insane rants like that? No, he shows up and talks like a fucking normal motherfucking human being and says normal shit. And says, that character is very racist. Yeah, it's my character. I work on that. I did research for that. I do that for a fucking living. But right now I'm talking about. And to me, I would expect when he comes here, he's just talking. But you guys say, oh, no, he's going on crazy rants because it's a character. What the fuck is that? It's not.
Wait, what do you mean? What do you mean by the monkey dance? What do you mean by the monkey dance? What do you mean by that?
Hold on. Top G is back. Hold on.
Yeah. Yo. What's up, Top G?
I'm trying to. Did you just fucking go for a run, bro?
Something's wrong with my internet. I don't know why.
Is there bad Wi-Fi over there?
It's a
brokey internet.
It is.
Can you hear me now, though? Yeah.
Yeah.
All right. So where were we?
I don't remember. It was fuck. Again, reiterate because we were talking about him when you went out there.
I believe before he lagged out, you were giving the example of how before he gave the example that the male accidents that are high are young males, and he gave an example that he wouldn't hop in a car with an 18-year-old chick. And you said that he's countering, or he's being hypocritical and being contradictory to his previous statement that young men cause accidents. The majority of male accidents.
Georgiana?
Is that your maid?
No, it's a masseuse. Georgiana, can you bring my sunglasses, please? I don't know where they are.
Yo. Right. She's like, why is he talking to me like that? He didn't talk to me like that off camera, bro. What the fuck?
So what were we talking about?
That's bad. Yeah, he definitely apologizes to her. And said,
yo, be real. When the camera goes off, you're apology like, yo, I'm sorry, I'm speaking to you that way.
He takes care of her off camera. None of this shit.
I'm gonna give you a good tip today. I'm sorry.
Dude, that internet lag. That's what could set this skit up for sure.
Wait, who that?
Yeah, who down the right?
Yeah, we gotta. Oh no!
Oh my God, who is that?
Oh no, never mind. You gotta know.
X, cover your eyes, bro.
Yes.
Yeah.
So what were we arguing about?
Yo,
look at this guy, bro. Look at this guy, bro. This nigga swear he cool as shit, bro.
That makes no sense.
This man's a GTA character.
Bro, look at this nigga, bro.
Well, it's not organized. I had the massage planned, but Adin messaged me. So obviously she has to do it while I work. That's how it goes.
Okay. Interesting. I don't know what we're arguing about. I don't know. I think we're going off the deep end. Yeah, but I know you said something about the Matrix, and you said my income depends on me acting a certain way, so I preach the choir type of shit. When I said that I genuinely think that you have your own matrix in that regard, and you do the same for your views and your things. That's how it is.
Well, I think that different people appeal to different people. That's fine. That wasn't the point I was making at all. The point I was making at all is that you are not allowed to have a controversial opinion. I am. That's the point I was making. The point I was making is that I do not need the internet to be rich or to be significant. So I don't give a fuck. I've been banned 1,000 times. I'll be banned 1,000 times more. And it doesn't even cross my mind. My point is, respectfully, if you were to conclude through your own personal experiences, if you were to come to a conclusion which you know the parameters of the Matrix see is controversial, you still wouldn't even fucking say it because it's all risk and no reward for you. That's why I'm saying that for you to sit here and disagree with everything I say, I understand why you're doing it. Okay. I also understand why you will ignore your own eyes and your own ears and your own personal experiences. You'll ignore them completely because it doesn't benefit you to talk the truth. You will sit here and you will repeat the new thing, the new speech. You will say what you were supposed to say. That is we all have different.
Oh my God.
No.
Yo, this motherfucker.
Bro, why did he just go in his fucking... Bro, why is his internet so fucking bad?
No! Yo.
Back.
What? We can't see anymore. Yeah, I mean, I was gonna argue that what he's saying it just doesn't really make sense.
XQ,
like,
are you the one booting him?
The RPT Wi-Fi. Yeah.
Dude, I think think that you're trying to argue with him and it'll never work.
Yeah, it's not gonna work.
Because he's never gonna sit there and like admit like, oh, you're right. Like that's not his character. He's never gonna say you're right.
I ain't gonna lie. I think you guys are literally polar opposites. Like you guys are just
basically. And if we know it's the character, why are we even here and talking about this shit? We should talk about how women should do this and that and have fun with some bullshit fucking comedy skit. And why the fuck are we doing this anyway then?
I mean, his whole thing right now is like he's free and he's not held by the respect by the internet and shit.
Every time I win an argument, you only say this argument for entertainment, and because it's content or wacky or whatever the fuck.
But what if it's not for entertainment though?
Oh man, I mean, Lowe said that absolutely 100 it was. So why bother?
I thought all of this is supposed to be entertainment, like everything.
I mean, everything it's entertaining in its own way. The fact that it's kind of real to a certain point is also making it more entertaining.
Yeah, it is kind of like I believe Tate believes all this shit, but all the extra shocking fucking clips that you see, it's entertainment. Like it's pure entertainment. But what he's speaking right now,
I think it's a bigger exaggeration of the truth. Like literally, a big exaggeration of his truth.
Like I said, the fact that it has a portion of real, right, or a good amount of it, it's what's even more entertaining. That's kind of how it works. Why is a prank good to watch on YouTube? Because it's real. The faker the pranks get, the less it's consumable, and you like watching it. And a fucking story. It has to be somewhat authentic, right? Except you're saying that this guy is in entire rants and all of his takes are all prefabricated for maximum entertainment, and none of it is real, which I think is a complete fucking, it's an absolute oversight.
The Matrix doesn't want me to. Can you see?
Yeah. You can see, yeah.
Someone's shutting me down.
No, he's Andrew's saying that the Matrix, which I agree, does not want him to talk. I agree because like it's shutting him down all the time.
W
translator.
I'm not dick sucking, Silky. Somebody's stopping the fucking connection.
You're putting it all in there, bro. Just chill.
Tell him
stop.
Dumb shit, bro. Telling you, it's agents.
Maybe we could talk about another topic, and then maybe it's gonna be less controversial and be less Matrixers somehow.
Less.
Well, I don't get it.
I was told that you disagree with everything I say, so I'm just here to.
Yeah, most things. I mean, some of the motivational shit or whatever the fuck, it's like reiterated stuff that you hear on fucking billionaire self-help books or some shit, which are fine. I think I agree with a lot of them. I'm not gonna fucking dick ride and say that I agree with the rest of them because that's what people do, you know. You say a lot of true shit and you slip some dog shit in the middle, and then people will take it as a truth, which is fair.
Well,
yeah.
Well, I don't try and slip dog shit into my views. My views are my views, and they're based on my personal experiences, and I don't try and slip dog shit in. I don't attempt to do that on purpose. I don't think it's dick riding to agree with everything someone says either. I don't think it's dick riding to agree with people.
Thank you.
The internet's, like I said, I'm new to all this space. It's weird. It's a weird place. Like if I were to come along and say I 100% agree with all of the things that X man says, people are going to insult me for that. I'm not saying I agree with every single thing about his being, but the things he says on the internet, I may agree with all of them. What's wrong with that?
Yeah, I see. I also agree with that. I also agree that this new the thing of meta of saying, "Oh, dick right" or whatever, because you generally agree with all the takes. It just so happened to it. People say dick riding. That's fucking stupid. I also agree. Okay, but other than that, though, I just feel like a lot of times, like I said, I agree with some of your good takes, right, about things that are motivational, whatever the fuck, right? Whenever you just slip in some garbage, right? It happens a lot.
Hold on. X, you might have frozen.
Do you see it? You think you see it?
Tate, look at him. Look at him, bro. He's done,
Look
bro.
at him, bro. Look.
He's done, bro. He's having the time of his fucking life in that
He's having
image,
the
bro.
time of his life. He's having the time of his life.
Hey, man.
Angelado X.
What?
That's cap, bro. Like if you like that's what I'm saying. Like Adin will deliberately agree with anything a certain person says, and that's dick rider, bro.
It's why I'm here.
How am I dick riding? What did I say tonight that was dick riding? Explain.
Because last time
you just said that the Matrix doesn't want him to.
Bro, I'm trolling, bro. Like, do I really think the Matrix is stopping this shit? No, bro, I'm trolling, bro. Come on.
Nah, I think even last time in the fucking dating show, whatever the fuck. A lot of times you are kind of dick riding it. When you nod your head and you say yes, it's kind of like soft, but it's still there.
I feel like Adin
I
feel like Adin just easily persuaded.
Yes, he is.
I think the motherfucker talking just has to sound like he knows what he's talking about. And Adin be like, oh, okay.
Bro, I don't mind Adin. I think he does it so the people fucking give us some entertainment, motherfucker. Okay, I'm sure he doesn't like some of the songs, some of the rappers that come on the stream a lot, and these are dog-shit songs, right? Because they're good and www, so they come on the show and they fucking talk to him for a little bit. Okay, that's okay too. I don't see a problem with that. That's fine.
Dick rider, XQC. That is a form of dick rider. If you personally think a rapper is trash.
Yes.
And you still bring him on the platform because your fans think it's fire. Yes. That's dick riding.
All right,
it's why I don't do that because I would assume a person
that coming back.
Thinks
he said tonight though. He said tonight though. He'll do it.
Okay, a person. Okay, so why my takes about music are clear. This guy makes bad songs, and I like his music. And you know what? You know, dude. I would appreciate it if they would still come on the stream to talk about other shit or about the music or whatever.
Yeah,
it's still a good conversation.
To be fair,
I'm not bringing no rapper on my stream that I think the music is trash, bro. I'm sorry, bro.
Hold on.
What do we need to talk about?
Unless if it's to debate about the trash music, I wouldn't know.
That is so inexperienced. That is so young. Listen. Bro. A rapper isn't just his music. You could like the dude as a person.
That's different though. That's different,
right?
Different. Yeah, that's different.
Talking to somebody who's successful in his own field in his own way is interesting.
But if you clearly don't like their music and then you get in, oh my god, this is fun.
No, play me some of your new shit. You fucking with it like,
no, I can't.
Oh, he's gonna try one more time. He's gonna try one more time. Hold on.
I gonna lie, I'm gonna holla at y'all though. I'm about to go to sleep. I ain't gonna lie. I'm too tired.
I need to, bro.
I appreciate y'all.
X, you staying? I can get it back in here. You staying?
Yes. Right. Yeah, bro. Well, I wish you guys understood how many teams I've made for tournaments with people that I actually think that are bad players or bad streamers, and I tell them I don't give a fuck. Also, the problem is I don't watch or consume your content because I don't enjoy it. Why did you take that as a personal attack? Oh my god, every people that are around in my industry need to like my shit and like watching my bro. Why do you have to? You don't. People have very specific takes. I would feel insulted if somebody came in here and said you like my content just to connect with me, right? Just to connect with me. They said they like my shit. I'm more insulted by that than somebody who's saying that they don't like my content.
It's true. What you're saying.
I mean, I think it's more so like, let's say I don't like Drake music and Drake wants to be on my stream. I'm not gonna change up. Yo, I like Drake music. I'm like, no, he's still kind of mid to me, but we could talk about it on the stream. We could talk about it.
Who's mid to you? Wait, you broke up a little bit. Who's mid to you?
Drake is not mid. Drake isn't mid. I was just a hypothetical.
Oh, okay. I was just checking.
Hypothetical, you know.
Yeah, I was just saying.
Like last time, I spoke with who was it? Lil Uzi, Vert, everyone on the stream. I talked to him a little bit, right? And some of his songs, I fucking love them. Some of his songs, I don't like them at all. I don't even listen to it twice. I don't even
Uzi does not make bad songs. Name one bad Uzi.
I think some of them are pretty bad.
Who's
and a story. Not
Uzi has some. Okay,
I just don't like
Uzi got misses, but they're not bad.
Most of his songs are good.
Yeah,
It's like this. If I don't listen to your song twice, in my opinion, it is not a good song in my perspective. And a story doesn't mean that. It's a miss. No, a miss to me is not a good song. If it's a miss, it's not a good song.
Not miss. I use the wrong word. Mid. Mid's the word I use. Mid.
So you don't think Uzi has a single miss? Like, oh, that shit was actually trash. I can't listen to it ever again.
Of course. No, not trash. I'm gonna be honest. I love Uzi. Like one of my favorite artists. I'm very biased. Like J. Cole, like Travis, like Drake. I'm very biased when it comes to those artists. I'll be honest. Drake's newest album, I didn't like it that much. I like 2 songs off it. So, what about you?
I liked it a lot. I liked a bunch of songs off of it. And you know what? A lot of his other shit from the past, I didn't like. Chat knows this. I didn't like his old songs. A bunch of them.
Which ones?
But some of them that go into like a start from the bottom. Now I always hated that song. A lot of his popular songs I don't like. A lot of his new stuff I actually like for once. So who cares?
Drake's last album, I feel like it's just really good beats and really good background music.
It's good.
I'm used to a lot of quality.
It's good for like clubs.
Sonically, all type of different ways. Not just this is a fire beat and a fire fucking rhythm, right? Like, nah. It was too, for Drake standards, it wasn't giving me what I need.
Okay, well, a lot of rap music I don't like. A lot of hip hop music I don't like you guys like them. I like a lot of stuff, and I like a lot of it more like fucking EDM shit sometimes, and I have other tastes. And that album was a cool mix, and it was like a breath of fresh air into what I didn't know Drake did, and I enjoyed it for that. For that effect, I enjoyed it, and to me that's enough to make a good album.
Have you been to a rave, X?
Yeah, I used to go rave all the time.
Have you been to concerts?
All the time, like crazy amounts.
That's fire.
Nah, but I mean, shit. I think
I used to go to after hours all the time. Things that start at 3 a.m. and at noon.
Damn, hell no.
That's crazy. What the fuck? Wait, 3 in the morning to noon?
They start at 3 a.m. and they close at noon.
Bro, have you heard the story of me doing meth?
Huh?
Bro, I stayed up 7 days. 7 days.
What did you feel?
Train, you've done meth.
Is this destiny?
Back when I was 20. Back when I was 20 years old.
Oh.
You did it once?
Yeah, I was hooked on heroin for 4 years, and I did meth once. Yeah.
Damn.
Yeah. But dude, meth was crazy. Listen, bro, here's what happened. Okay, but guys, don't do drugs ever. But pretty much, listen. Here's how you know that shit's fucked up.
Yeah.
So it was like, I still mix up the days a little bit, but you'll pretty much get the gist of it. Okay, so like Thursday night, 2 a.m. ish, we smoke some meth, go to the casino, do whatever the fuck, right?
Wait, what? Smoke what?
Meth. Just hear me out. Listen. I remember coming back home at like 6 a.m. or some shit, right? And this dude puts on the worst possible game you could on PlayStation, right? He puts on like MLB. So we're playing MLB on PlayStation, right? We're playing, and all I remember is I decide to get up, go outside and check my phone just to kind of stretch a little bit because he had this tiny apartment. I had like 180 missed calls. And I check my phone, I'm like, what the fuck? Why do I have all these missed calls? I'm thinking maybe it's, Friday in the middle of the day. Nah. It was Tuesday the next week. I sat there and played MLB for like 6 days straight.
What?
6 days straight, no food, a little bit of water, and that's it, dude. Like, it was nuts. Maybe a couple snacks in between. I played MLB on PlayStation for 6 days. If any of you have played MLB on PlayStation, you know that's a boring-ass fucking game. So if you can play it for 6 days and not notice, you know how fucked up we were.
Yeah, that game could be kind of fun if you play against somebody.
Not 6 days straight.
Not 6 days.
Okay, not 6 days. Yeah.
When we talking 6 days,
Jesus Christ, dude.
You're not falling asleep?
Not on meth, brother. We were hitting that pipe every fucking like 10 minutes.
What the fuck?
You kidding me, bro? We were twisting that thing like, real pro style.
Oh,
Jesus, man.
Bro, I was 20 years old, bro. Like I had just come off heroin, I did that shit, did a little quick speedball.
We said call.
A lot of people don't know this about me. Like I've been like trust me, I've had my experiences and my, I've been on the bad parts of, life. That's, kind of how I've become who I am.
Yeah.
I'm a little
Understood.
pussy. I haven't tried a drug in my life.
Well, you shouldn't.
Bro, 6 days though, man.
Wait, you never had weed? You never tried weed?
Not yet.
Trent, I thought you were gonna say something like Addy shit where you fucking double down and you're fucking doing like your room and like clean the whole room in your mom's room and you went to the basement and start fucking clean the bin and you fucking rebuild the entire fucking room set, dude.
Train like 3 years ago. Train like 3 years.
6 days though.
3 years ago when I first graduated and I first moved to LA. Like I remember I was outside of this like club and I hit someone's weed and they like put shit in it, bro, and I got laced like bad.
What, like some White Widow or some shit, like some cocaine?
It was coke.
Good. Finally.
Look at this guy, bro.
And
that's not White Widow right there.
And Benny, I think it's called. It's just it makes you tired. It's like a whatever. But the point is, I was so young, just tripping the fuck out, bro. Like, and that's what like it's crazy. Like that shit was like really scary for me. It was like really I had a bad anxiety attack. It was fucked up.
I can't add the lady if she's a paid actor. Do you think she's a paid actor?
Andrew.
Yo, Adin, honestly, Andrew, honestly, give me your masseuse's Bitcoin address. I'll send her like $100,000. She'll never have to do that again.
Do you have Bitcoin? Bitcoin, you know what it is? You don't have? I'm gonna set you up because this baller here is gonna send you $100,000. I know he wouldn't lie online.
I wouldn't lie. See,
oh,
he thinks,
He's capping. He thinks Trade's actually capping.
Oh man, you have no idea.
I hope not. I hope not. Like I would respect it very much.
He thought that I was fucking around trying to man up. I'll do it.
That would change her life, and I would love to see that. That would make me very happy.
Baby. I got it. Set her up. Just make sure it's going to her, not you or anyone else. Please.
Bro, she's giving you great massages. Why don't you change her life, bro? Come on, man.
But do you have any family members or children who understand Bitcoin? Your children have Bitcoin? Nothing.
Bro, if you set her up an account and like cash it out for her and like somehow set up a bank, like I'll send extra just for that. Like if you have an assistant or someone that can do that, I'll happily take. Can you do that?
Yeah, I'll get someone on it now. All
right, add me on Discord. We'll get this done for her. I'm down.
All right, awesome.
Cool.
As for the internet, it's something that's happening on the street because there's people out in the street complaining. So it's the whole street, the internet.
Just for the record, I can't add you. You don't accept friend requests. Just add me, and then I'll accept you.
Cool.
And we'll get this done.
Cool. I'm gonna lose my masseuse, but it's fine.
Nah, she won't leave you. If anything, she'll love you more for this because this is the opportunity given, right? You brought her on the platform, and I gave her 100,000.
You're right, but I don't have a clue how to add people as friends, bro. I'm an old man.
You see that big ass nose right there? That big ass nose picture? Just click that right there. Right click it. Go to profile and then go to send friend request.
The one that says train wreck. Right click on.
Bro, I have a question. Bro, how did you start and how did you make money?
Yeah, he's fucking fit. Oh, okay. Yeah, how'd you become the richest man on the planet? Trillionaire or some shit?
Trillionaire.
Yeah, how'd that happen?
So I was a kickboxer for a long time. I was fighting for money. There's not that much money in kickboxing. And then my first serious entrepreneurial, I mean, I ran lots of businesses, did this, did that. Some things.
Like what?
Everything, man. I had a normal job for a while when I was kickboxing and I did some different things and I did some things I shouldn't have done and blah, blah, blah. And was in jail for a little while and got out. And then I opened up a webcam company. I had girls sitting on the internet talking to men. And I ended up scaling that up to having 75 women working for me. That's how I first made millions of dollars.
Fucking porn website.
Damn, what the fuck?
You don't know this story? This is like my most known story online.
You never told it to me.
It's a really long story, and I've told it very, very well on some other podcasts. But the short version of it was, I got in some debt to some dangerous men, and I needed money fast. And I was sitting in my room trying to work out a way to make money because at the time I was only fighting, and I didn't have a fight coming up for a while, and I was researching how money works. Like I was trying to understand how money works, where it comes from. This is where I learned about the Federal Reserve and fractional reserve banking and all these things. So interesting point he made earlier about, the matrix and its currency and how it's all a lie. I understand all that very well. But that really made me mad because now I understand money's bullshit and I still don't have any. And I was really upset. And I was sitting there with a piece of paper trying to write down my assets and my liabilities and trying to write down all the geek shit they tell you. And for assets, I wrote down that obviously, I'm strong, but I'm already fighting. I'm brave, but I'm already fighting. I had all these girlfriends, but I thought, well, I can't afford to open a strip club. I'm not going to put them out on the track. I'm not that kind of guy. They're my girls. And then I discovered by accident when I was clicking around on these websites, I saw those things in the corner, you know, talk to live girls now. And I thought, well, my girls could do that. And long story short, I ended up with 75 women and 4 premises and making $1.4 million a month. And that's how it all started. That was about 10 years ago.
Wow.
Holy
that's
shit.
the story. Yeah, I mean, there's an in-depth version of it, but that's the story. And people listen to that and they seem to think that for some reason I was exploitative, but it's absolutely the opposite. I'm a feminist, bro. I empower women to make as much money as they want to make, and I help them do it. I'm here and
as long as it's for you, right?
It's for them. Pimp. He was a pimp.
Hold on. So look, X. This is what I wanted to actually ask the question because I know it was a question that you had. Hold on. Andrew, the one of the takes that you made on my stream about that you should take 100% of your girls' OnlyFans. I know X, you felt some type of way about that. Andrew, that's still.
I mean, they said that you were joking 100%, and you weren't joking. So I assumed that you were joking, but I still hold this take that you weren't.
Well, it depends, right? So if it's a girl who were to come to me and say, Andrew, I would like you to help me make money on OnlyFans, and they would come to me for my marketing expertise, then of course it would be a fair deviation. I make 20%, 30%, whatever. That's different. But if it's my girlfriend, my long-term partner, and we're going to be together forever, and she decides to go down that particular career path, I think I should have a much larger stake because she is my girl, and she is now giving away some of the most private and intimate parts of her body to the internet. Those parts of her body belong to me effectively because she's my woman. That's the whole point of being with somebody. So to pretend she's going to do that and make a bunch of money and give me nothing I find that disrespectful. I would sooner tell her, look, you're not doing OnlyFans, and she would obviously.
So I called it then that you weren't actually joking. It was an actual true statement, right?
Yeah, if I had a serious long-term girlfriend and me and her are together and we're going to be together forever, and she says I'm desperate to do OnlyFans, I say you don't need to. We're rich. She goes, no, I really want to. I say, okay, the money's mine then.
We can dismantle these statements into one at like small rocks. We can approach them one at a time, right? Because there's a lot that respectfully, okay. I think there's a lot of parts of that are garbage, right? But I don't want to say something at the whole rock, and we have to do small rock pebble at a time, right? So. Also, this motherfucker can laugh over here. You see it next to me? Los Polos. He's laughing, but he said you were trolling, so you were joking 100%. He's only a stomach now because he's gonna be right. But he said you were wrong 100% about this, and so wrong that you were joking. So I don't know why he's holding his tongue right now.
What did I do?
It's a very particular scenario, right? You have to understand that the scenario in which I would take 100% is a very, very particular one. In general, when I had my business. And I know you're saying that they only made money for me. They made money for themselves. I turned girls. I would actually sit here and say, as the biggest misogynist on this panel, I've turned more girls into multimillionaires than any of you. I've made girls multi-millionaires. This is 10 years ago at the beginning of all this shit, before OnlyFans, when webcamming was new. I took girls from Starbucks and made them millions and millions and millions of dollars and paid them fairly, never missed a single paycheck.
Okay.
I'm as feminist as you can get. Now, yeah, I got
like I said, I don't. Okay, no disrespect once again. Okay, I just feel like this is like the type of argument that goes like, I have 3 friends that are black when making certain comments or whatever the fuck. So I don't. Unfortunately, don't get mad at me. Don't get mad at me.
I don't get mad at you.
Okay. Well, respectfully, I think that is genuinely the same vibe, energy comment, right? Oh, I can't be against women because I helped 4 or 5 of them. Oh, no, I'm not against women because I made a couple of them millionaire or whatever the fuck, right?
It's not about being against women. I'm saying that the whole was a net positive for both me and the females. So you misunderstood my point. You think I'm making a different point, and that's why you've come to that conclusion. The point I'm making is that everybody who worked for me won. The only person who lost was the guy sending his money away online. That's fine. But for everyone who was associated with me, both me, it wasn't exploitative because you made it sound like I only did it for me. No, the women who worked for me also made millions of dollars. Everybody who was associated won. Everyone won. All of them.
Yeah, for business activities or whatever. Yeah, that's fine. I don't think I wasn't talking about that at all. All I meant was, okay, fuck it. Let's just skip this tangent we're on. Let's just go back to the main argument you said. So I have more of a stake. So you think that in a relationship, you have a certain stake on your partner's income based on what that income comes from.
Well, depending on how they make it, absolutely. I think that in a relationship with a woman, if the man is with that woman, the main reason he knows he's with her is the fact that she is sexually exclusive to him. If you're with a woman and she's fucking everyone, are you even with her? No. How do you know she's even yours? Because she only sleeps with you, right? Well, if all of her intimate parts are now for everybody and they're purchasable, then I think you have a stake in said parts because those parts belong to you. She gives them to you when she decides to be human.
So there's a price that you're taxing your loss of privacy.
That's a way you could put it. I mean, personally, if my woman were to come to me and say she wanted to do OnlyFans, I'd just say no because I'm not.
Okay, then.
But an example.
Okay, yeah. I mean, respectfully, let's have let's try to upscale that discussion and see what kind of stake would you need for your girl to suck another guy's dick.
I would never tolerate that on any level. So that's too far. But
I mean, there's a price for the pictures and the loss of intimacy.
Correct.
For me, it's a black and white thing.
Chat, for $1 million,
once you lose a certain amount, you can lose more of it.
Would you let your girl suck a dick?
I understand what you're saying,
yes or no?
but to me, it's not black. Because pixelated pictures on the internet are very different than sucking an actual dick. So I would never let my girls be prostitutes. None of the girls who ever worked for me ever prostituted. I've never associated with a prostitute. I don't associate with porn stars, none of that kind of shit. But I had very wholesome girls with pictures of their titties on the internet 10 years ago who made themselves millionaires, yes. And now they are happily married with somebody or whatever. Or some of them are still with me. It doesn't matter. But I was never like getting girls to prostitute or hardcore pimping along that line. I use the word pimp because I had a lot of women who worked for me and they were all beautiful and it sounds cool. But truthfully, I don't even really see myself in that regard. I think I'm less of a pimp than most corporations. Like the girls who work for me 50%. You don't get 50% of the cash register when you work at McDonald's.
Okay, people can be pimps and companies can be pimps to a certain level, right? Which has anything to do with you being a certain level of a pimp. I think if your girl is doing something, an activity of her own will, I feel like taxing her that's being a pimp, like quite literally. You are pimping at the wazoo. Yeah, you are pimping.
I understand, and maybe you've never had the kind of relationships I've had with my women, but any woman I'm with decides to, by her own free will, submit to me because she sees me as her intellectual superior. She sees me as her life superior. She looks up to me and she respects me, and she sees me as God. And for that reason, if she were to come along and say, do OnlyFans, and I said no, she wouldn't do it. But if she insisted on doing it, I would sit here and say, look, I'm unhappy with you doing this, making a bunch of money off of parts which are supposed to be intimate only for me. If this is going to happen, I need to have some kind of compensation for my unhappiness. Yes. And she would understand and she would pay me. But this is not a scenario I need to be involved in. This is just a hypothetical, right? But all the girls who worked for me, they were not romantically involved. They were girls who decided to make a bunch of money and they came to the best of the business, which was me.
So you would be okay with then paying them for their discomfort in other areas then? That'd be something that you're open to?
Sure. I mean, that's an interesting way to look at it. I mean, I think that all men do naturally anyway, right? I understand your point you're making, so let's extrapolate on it. You're saying that if I do something that they're unhappy with, I should give them money. Well, the point is, I think that all high value men do that naturally anyway. If you take a billionaire on a boat,
naturally, it's kind of indirect of a term. It naturally is more indirect and more like intended, right? Since for you it's transactional and intentional, then in this example you have to use the same framework for that example. Same framework has to be agreed upon. So let's say I don't want to be too gross right now. You're with a girl and you want to do something. You're okay with the thing of saying, okay, well, I kind of want to do that. I'll give you 10K.
I understand what you're saying. I don't think it works exactly that way, but I think that all men, especially high-value men, are already in a transactional relationship to some regard, and that's not a bad thing. That's natural human nature. And the point I'm trying to make is that if you're a truly high-status male, if you're a billionaire with a yacht and you have 10 girls on that boat, the woman who's in love with you is going to let you fuck 9 other women in front of her because she gets to be on a billionaire's yacht. She gets to go to private islands. She gets to not have to work. She gets to run around on jet skis and take Instagram pictures. So to some degree, are you not paying her for her compliance? To some degree, are you not rewarding her for her being in a situation that she's not completely happy with? That is natural human nature, and all high-status males do it.
Okay, as much as I would agree with you,
bro,
that would
cut them off, bro.
That would be a part of something, right? Part of some sort of fulfillment, right? I would like my partner to be fulfilled in all the ways that I like to be fulfilled in a relationship. If a girl's only with me because she's fulfilled in this money way, but she's lacking on a bunch of other shit, what's the point?
So let's swap the hypothetical. Let's say you're in love with a woman and she comes to you and she decides she wants to do OnlyFans. What do you say?
Okay, so I've had a lot of things about OnlyFans before. A lot.
Bro, answer the question.
I personally, just because I think it's just gonna kind of annoying. I wouldn't go into it knowing she's doing it.
So
right?
So if your girl came to you and said, no, your girl's not already on OnlyFans. You're with a girl and she's seen OnlyFans online. She decides she wants to start. She comes to you and says, I want to become an OnlyFans chick. You're going to say, yeah, go for it. Don't give me a penny. Go for it. Get rich. Show your titties. That's going to be your answer?
No, I just say, this is kind of annoying. It's an annoying thing. I don't fully agree with it, right? So it'd be kind of cold. It's cold. I don't like it.
Well, this is the point. So I think it's you're and I understand this is really interesting what Train said earlier about internet language, because when you make a point, you have to be very, very careful with what you say. It's almost like politicians speak. But you're saying it's annoying. I wouldn't like it. Well, I'd say you're not allowed. That's what I'd say. I'd say you're not allowed to be on OnlyFans if you're my girl.
Okay.
And if you are here.
Okay. The point I'm trying to make is that I don't like it, and if it escalates to a point, I guess I would break up. But that's not like the I don't think that's the main point though. What does that prove? I think it's just lame. It's generally lame.
Hey, all right. So the point I'm making here is that it's a situation that most men don't want to find themselves in. They're completely in love with a chick and she decides to do OnlyFans. We're in a hypothetical situation. Saying I'd break up with the chick is a boring answer. So assuming you have to stay with the chick, that's the parameters of the question to make the question interesting to answer. My answer is that I need to be paid for her to be doing OnlyFans. That's the answer in the hypothetical situation. Your answer in the hypothetical situation is it's kind of annoying. I don't know.
There are parameters to this. Yeah. There's a bunch of parameters around that. It would be like, I hope she's not doing it because of lack of fulfillment in certain ways in our relationship, because that's a fucking problem. I wouldn't want my partner to go to places because she's craving a part of something she isn't getting in our relationship. As long as the thing takes away from a relationship, right? And the framework remains the same, then I guess it's kind of chilling. But that's kind of how it comes to OnlyFans, because people do it for a lot of reasons and a lot of other ones. So it's kind of,
do you mind me asking you a question? How old are you?
26.
Okay, let me blow your mind, young man. Women love men they respect. And let me tell you this, and this is natural, this is evolutionary, it's biological. This is why women have certain even basic things like height, right? They're designed to be attracted to it evolutionarily because they respect larger men because they're more likely to be better at fighting. They're better warriors. Women fall in love with men they respect. Not even men they like that much. It's men they respect. Men they like are their friends. Men they respect are the ones they fuck. And let me tell you something. If a girl were to come to me and say, I am intent on doing OnlyFans, and I would say, I'm uncomfortable with you doing that, I don't want you doing it. She says, Andrew, I love you, but I'm going to do OnlyFans no matter what. I would have to put together parameters and a framework in which she still respects me as a man, or we're over. It's not even about the money. It's about the fact that you are my woman. I love you. You love me. And you're going to show me enough respect as a man that if you're going to get naked on the internet, you're going to at least reward me in some way. There's not going to be all these men paying you money and you making a bunch of money on the fucking side sitting in my house without me getting shit, because that is disrespectful. And I would not allow her to disrespect me, not just because of my ego, but because of her own innate ability to not be attracted to somebody that she doesn't respect. If you were to come along and play things your way, if a chick were to come to you and say, I want to do OnlyFans, you would say, well, I don't like it. It's kind of annoying, and she started doing it, she would fucking leave. The girl is more likely to stay with me taking all her money than she is stay with you keeping all her money. And that may not make sense to you, but one day you will understand.
Okay. I'm going to fire back on you and just say that whatever my relationship is lacking, whatever amount of respect that I'm losing, and whatever amount of privacy that I'm losing, you can't put a price on that. You can't revert that with money. You just can't do it. I want to feel fulfilled. And what fulfills me is that my other partner is fulfilled, and we're both on that like equal mindset, right? And you can't exchange that with money in a transactional way. You just can't. Doesn't matter the amounts. Doesn't matter. It does make me fulfilled. So if the partner can make up for it, whatever they're doing that they're lacking, and they're kind of like reverting it somehow. So I guess we can find some sort of compromise, right? But it wouldn't be about money or be transactional money wise. It just wouldn't.
Brother, life is transactional, my friend. And to sit here and pretend that because things are transactional means there's no emotions involved isn't true. Life is transactional. If I'm completely head over heels in love with a woman and I love her with all my heart and I'm ready to take a bullet for her, it's still a transactional relationship. She still provides things and I still provide things that satisfy both of us. You do not sit here and stream for free. Life is transactional. So to sit here and pretend that things shouldn't be transactional is asinine. That's not the way the world works. Every single thing in the world is transactional. Even if I give money to charity, even if Train gives this lady who's massaging me 100,000, he's doing that, one, for clout, two, because he gets to feel good about himself. He isn't, it's not pure charity. He gets to win too.
Actually, wait a second.
Wait a
second. No, I gotta say something. It's not for clout. If you look me up, I'm actually hated and everything's justified that I do, but it is for the feel good. I get a high from it. The same high I get from gambling, I get from giving. My dick gets hard. So that's transactional, but it is not for clout. I don't give a fuck about it. Just trust me. Do a little research. It is not the clout part, but it is the high part from feeling good. Continue.
Bro, it's the same with me. There's Romania has an orphanage problem. A lot of orphans. Every single Christmas, I go down to the orphanage with the Rolls Royce, give 100 grand, whatever. Am I the fucking nicest man in the world? Well, yeah, but also I feel good. I feel good for doing it, right? So like transactional. So to sit here and say things shouldn't be transactional is asinine. That's not a right paradigm. You must view the world in a transactional sense. The world is transactional.
Yeah, but you're being a little bit obtuse though. You are deliberately obtuse about what the nature of how we use transactional as a term. You're just saying, oh, it's all transaction. Yeah, of course. Then everything in life, if it goes one way, it comes back the another way. That's transactional. So everything is. But that's not how we use the word transactional. Transactional is more of not an indirect. It's more of a direct thing. I'm doing this for that, right? That's how we normally use transactional. The way you're saying is just, oh, it's an exchange of brain chemicals. I'm doing this and I get this brain reward. Right, as an exchange. That's kind of that is obtuse.
Fine. Let me change the way I ask you the question, right? Because what I'm actually, and once again, you're only 26. You are smart. I can see you're smart, but you're 26. So if I were in your position and I had disagreed with everything that Andrew Tate had said, and Andrew Tate was going to come on a stream, first I'd have a list of everything he said I disagree with. You don't even have a list, so you haven't been very professional about your approach in this. You don't even know most of the things I've said. You're just saying this about. It's all very general. So in future, please
say it again. Sorry about that. I was fucking distracted by bullshit.
Fine. In future, make a list of all my points you disagree with, so we can be more systematic in our approach.
Oh, agreed. The problem is that you're a Gish Galloper. You're a professional at it. You're really good at doing it. Gish Galloping. You do it dang, 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 and then it's kind of hard to catch up because once we talk about something, it's already too late.
Cool. Well, let me tell you what you're doing, just so you're aware. If I walk into NASA and I say that going to space is too expensive and too dangerous, and they say, well, yeah, I agree with you, and I say, okay, this is bullshit, and they go, well, what's the alternative? And I cannot present an alternative. That does not make me a fucking physicist. That does not make me an astronaut. That makes me a jackass. So if you cannot propose a better alternative, then you have no point to make. And this is the point I'm making with you. The parameters of the question are you're in love with a woman who decides to do OnlyFans, you can't break up with her. And I have also added another parameter. You want to retain the respect and the authority in the relationship. You think that taking money in said situation is completely unreasonable and unfair. Fine. What is an alternative which is superior? And if you cannot name one, then it is the best of a bad choice. It may be an unfortunate situation, but it's the best move in a bad chess position, and you must still make the best move. If you have a better move to make, I'm open to hear it. But if I'm in love with a woman, and I'm not going to break up with her, and she comes with me, and she insists on doing OnlyFans, my answer to retain my control and my respect in my relationship is for her to pay me. That is my answer. If you have a better one, my ears are open.
Like I said, whenever somebody does OnlyFans, it's because there's what does that come from? Like it can be a lot of things of why they would do it. Only money or some sort of fulfillment or whatever, right? Some sort of fulfillment, right? If they're doing it because they're lacking something in the relationship, they're taking something away from the relationship. Yeah, that's a fucking problem. I guess break up. If I'm that uncomfortable, I'm not gonna put a price on that. I'm not gonna be fulfilled in something and spend my entire life with somebody and be committed. There's no price you're going to pay me to be deluded that we're at the same level of commitment. Break up. End of story. No alternative. One alternative, break up. If you're that uncomfortable, I will not put a dollar amount on that. I will fucking break up and move on. And the fact that you can put a price on your lack of commitment or whatever you think you're like, because if they make it OnlyFans,
it's not about the money. It's the principle, chat, right?
What he's saying was a hypothetical. He said in a real normal world, it's like, no, we can't. No OnlyFans, we break up. It is what it is. What he's saying, there's no breakup in this scenario. No breakup. What is the alternative of the transaction?
No, I said break up. That's alternative. You fucking break up.
This is hypothetical though.
Also, actually, he's saying it's not about the money; it's the principle behind it.
His hypothetical is like in a situation where you guys aren't breaking up, and it's just you need some. What are you gonna do instead?
I have hundreds of millions.
I said broke up.
Okay, cool. Okay, well the point is I have hundreds of millions of dollars, and if my girlfriend did OnlyFans and made $2, she would pay me my $1, and that's because it's principle.
It's not principle. Yeah.
Okay.
Bro.
Yeah. Still fair enough, but you can't. In my opinion, the nature of that behavior of putting a dollar amount because of some lack of what
It's
the
not
fuck
about the
is
fucking
stupid.
money.
It's an alarming logical conclusion. It's just bad.
What else about me do you find alarming?
No, I'm just saying it's alarming. That's it.
Okay. What else about my views or things you've heard me say or my attitudes or my life approach?
Oh, my girl can't go out. That's fucking alarming as shit.
My girl can't go out?
Yeah.
Okay, let's discuss this.
Discuss it.
All right, cool. So I take my girlfriends out all the time, right?
Cool.
But if my girl were to say I
girlfriends,
want to go
yeah.
out with 7 other girls to the club, in my personal experience, I'd be unhappy for her to do that because I've been the man in the club that those 7 girls turn up to and end up on his table, and I know what happens. I've lived a very, very long life. I know how that ends. Now, I think that, and I've discussed this already before. I think I discussed this yesterday with Dave Portnoy, which he got upset about. I discussed that if I'm going to be in a relationship and I'm going to have responsibility over a woman, which I want to have because it's my masculine imperative, I should also have a degree of authority that comes with that responsibility. If I'm responsible for her safety, for example, but she refuses to obey me when I say don't walk home in the middle of the night, then how can I truly be responsible? Responsibility and authority are linked. I'm responsible for her because I'm her man and I take the best care of her. I might know things she doesn't know. She might be 19 years old and think going to the club's all fine. I'm 35. I've been around. I've seen what happens in clubs. No, you don't need to go there. I'm responsible for you. I take care of you. And by extension, I have authority to say to you, you're not going to that nightclub. That doesn't make me crazy. It doesn't make me insecure. It doesn't make me weak. She can always say, I'm going to go anyway. And that's fine. And then we can break up. But in my scenario, any woman I'm serious about is going to obey me. And I'm not going to come along with some crazy, maybe people will call it crazy. I'm not going to make her do anything wrong. She ain't going to take drugs. She's going to go to the gym. She's going to eat right. She's going to be learning shit. And she ain't going to be in the club sniffing and drinking. Now, if that makes me a bad person, then so be it. No problem. But I get plenty of girls who sign up to that all day long without problems. And any man who sits there and goes, I'm not insecure, I'll send my girl to the club. Send her to my table, G. Send her to my table. No problem. Send her.
Fair enough. Okay.
We'll talk about insecurity when she's sucking dick.
Okay, then according to your mindset and how you see things then, and your high levels of security apparently, right? If your girl was to go to the club, right? And I was at the club, you're scared that I will bring your girl home.
I don't live in fear. It's not about scared because I don't live in fear.
Well, I mean, that's fear.
No, it's not fear. What it is.
Okay, what is the outcome that you do not want of her going to the club?
I'll explain. I'm a territorial.
Guys coming over and bringing her home. You, by fear, you are scared of her going home with another guy. That is a move that is literally fueled by fear. You are fearful.
That's an interesting viewpoint, and I know you think that that's relevant, and I know you think you've made a good point, but I'm about to dissect it and show you why.
Go ahead.
I'm a territorial individual, and I think that being a man, one of the best things about being a man is being territorial, being able to say, that is mine. That's the whole point of it. So let's use an analogy, and please, when I make this analogy, I don't want you to try and get caught up in the analogy, because I'm about to compare a woman to a car. Do not say, you're comparing women to cars. That's low IQ. This is just an analogy. If I go outside, right, or let's say I have a Lamborghini. I have many cars, but let's say I take my Lamborghini. Would I park it in a high crime area? Even if the locks are fantastic, even if my woman is loyal and completely and utterly in love with me, and I know there's 0% chance any man could ever take her home because she's with the top G, which is the case. Even if I know the locks on my car, it has bulletproof glass, it's locked, you can't break into it. Will I park my Lambo in an area where people are going to try and steal it?
That's a good analogy,
I won't, because
bro.
that is irresponsible. So the fact is, I don't care if men try and come up to my chick because no one can steal my chick because I am me. The fact is, it's irresponsible for me to put her in a scenario where people will attempt it. If I walk out to the car park and someone's trying to break into my car, even if the locks to my car are secure, I will still decimate said individual for attempting to steal my property. That's what it's about. It's about territorialism. It's not about being fearful the girl's going to run off with someone else. There's nowhere to go from me but down. It's not about that. It's about the fact that it's irresponsible for me to put her in that scenario. Does that make sense?
Yeah, I mean, the argument would be good. If I were you, I'm making that argument. I could rationalize the argument you just did. If most of the girls that I dated or that I was with had the IQ of somebody who cannot move, think, or do anything, and is just stuck on the side of the fucking curb. So yeah, I guess maybe you would have this experience. If most of you did were 0 IQ, brain frozen. Yeah, but it doesn't make sense in the real world because you don't park your fucking girl on the curb at the club. They move, they talk, they do shit. So it's not a fucking, it's not the danger of other guys doing shit, right? Because they can still think. And the loss of the potential that one guy out of a million will do some crazy shit and is going to forcibly bring her home, right? That smallness is far outweighed by the fun and enjoyment and fulfillment that they get by going to the club in the first place.
That's interesting. But you also have to understand, because we are different individuals living very different lives, and I'm not going to sit here and comment on your relationships because I don't understand them, because I don't know them. But you have to understand that I am at a status of life where any woman who gets with me understands that to be with a man of my caliber, there are certain sacrifices which must be made. You do not get to be with a kickboxing world champion, multi-millionaire, whose entire life is completely on track and live a life of spoilt princess, and then also say to that man, I go to the club whenever the fuck I want. You might be able to say that to some other men, but you can't say it to me. So, and I want to say something to you that you may not yet understand once again, because you are intelligent, but you're not yet wise because you are young. Women are malleable. And when I say they're malleable, people think that women are these individualistic, unique creatures, and they are to a degree, but they are heavily molded by the man they're with. You'll notice if a woman gets with a man and she loves him, she likes the same music he likes, the same
anybody's in that regard. Everybody's malleable in that regard. The people that they're with, people that are around, people are the fucking result of what's around them. That's just
correct. So women are malleable. So a woman which may say to you, I'm a unique, special snowflake, I do whatever the fuck I want. If she was in my presence, she wouldn't say that. Now, because women are a reflection of their man. It's not hard to get a woman who sits there and says, you know what? I don't go to the club without my man because I adore my man. If the man is worthy of such adoration. If the woman's sitting there going, well, I'm with him, but he doesn't tell me what to do, that's the man's problem. It's nothing to do with the woman. Females are all the same. It's all about the man they're with. I have no trouble and no arguments in my life telling women they don't go to the club by themselves. Zero. It's not a conversation that even ever appears ever because I am me. So for you to sit here and describe scenarios, that's fine. And you're saying that my women are low IQ. I would counter that by saying if I was with the same women you were with, they behave better for me than they would for you. And that is because of my status and my wisdom and my individuality that you've
you treat and pay for them like they're Lambos that are parked at the curb. Of course they're going to be like this if you want to go down that argument. So yeah, I guess once more I have to concede the point because you're right. I guess you dated frozen Lambos parked at the curb.
It's not frozen Lambos. Saying to a woman
that is what you compare. That is your example. You compare the behavior and the potentials of her being stolen to a parked Lambo. Therefore, I have to use that analogy when talking about the girls that you are dating. And you are right. I'm sorry, it's not an insult. You made this precedent. I have to use it.
Yeah,
I will take any woman I could date. Any woman you've ever, I don't know who your girlfriends are. I don't have a clue. But any woman you've ever dated, if I was with her, she wouldn't be going to the club without me. That's the bottom line. And that's because who I am. The woman's paradigm, the idea that the female is going to come along and demand to only go club with the girls, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera, that is heavily dependent on the man she is with.
So what makes you above her then? The money, the status, the top G? What is the label or the prerequisite that makes you above her?
It's not about being above. It's about her.
Yes, it is.
It's about her respecting me.
Therefore, you can't go to the club either. You don't go to the club then.
That's bullshit. I go to the club whatever the fuck I want.
Okay, then what makes her unable to go to the club if you can't go to the club if you're equal?
I am responsible for her, and I have authority.
Why are you responsible? What makes you responsible?
I'm responsible for her because I am more competent as an individual. Now, before
how do you know that? All the girls. There's no girl out there that could be above you. You're above everybody else.
Well, let's because I know you're gonna try and go down the sexist argument. Let's reverse it.
Well, I mean, you bait it. Okay, listen. You have driven this conversation since the beginning. I gave you I gave you the initial roots argument or point, and you are driving yourself there.
Cool.
And so you are drawing a circle around it. I didn't do shit.
All right.
I said, what makes you above her? And you're not giving me an answer.
It's not about being above. It's about having responsibility for.
So why can't you share responsibility?
Okay, because you can't share responsibility because nothing in life is 50-50. There's always, even if it's 49%, 51%.
Okay. Then why you?
Me, because I'm me. This is the exact point. Now let's reverse it, which I've been trying to do for the last 30 seconds. There are women out there who are with men, and that man needs her to tell him, stop playing video games, stop smoking weed, go to the gym, get your diet in order. Why don't you ever work? Why ain't you got any money? There are millions of relationships out there. In said scenario, she has responsibility because she's his mother and she tells him what to do, and she has authority. She can tell him not to do shit because she's the fucking boss. That is happened. It's not about a sex thing. It's about human dynamics. In every relationship, someone's in charge, and I'm in charge of my relationships, and I find it irresponsible of me to put her in a scenario where something could happen to her.
But
carry on.
Sorry to interrupt you. I just think what a good point was. I can interject. Since you're making that point, right? The problem with these statements is that you say girls. You always say girls or my girls, right? Intending that it's all of them. What about some girl, right? Who, right now, hypothetically, is a multi-trillionaire, right? And is in your kitchen right now, and she comes away right now. The door opens behind you. We see a little glimpse of light right behind you right now, and he says, "Hey, Tate, get the fuck off the computer, drinking his bullshit with his stupid cigar, talking to that fucking devil on your computer," right? That could happen, right? According to you, no, it can't happen. Why not?
It can't happen, and I'll tell you why. I'll tell you why. Because you said some girl being a multi-trillionaire. There's plenty of women in the world who may have a lot of money. Yeah. But you have to understand that when you look at life, you have to look at life in the different paradigms. There's many different lenses you look at life through. And when you look at life from a societal perspective, yes, women are equal to men, and they should be, fine. But when you look at women from an animalistic perspective, because we are basically animals, they are not equal to us physically. When it comes to something like personal safety, which a club involves a lot of, they can get spiked, a man can try on with them and lose his temper, they can get attacked, whatever can happen. When it comes to physical protection, that is a man's realm. You could be a UFC world champion, female, whatever. I'm too big and I'm too strong. I'll still beat him. So there's no female alive who's going to come into a room and tell me when it comes to things like personal protection, responsibility for her own personal safety, etc., trump my views. That's not true. I'm a man, I have certain domains in which I rule.
Okay, then in this line of argument with the things that you just said, I'm trying to go one by one, so I have to be selective about how I'm doing this, okay? What you're saying, since you brought up the fact that you can get spiked, is that you, Andrew, if you go at the club alone, because the girl is staying at home, she has to stay home, she's boxed in. You go to the club because you're such a fucking warrior, and you get spiked heavier than you're drinking, you drink it, you will not go unconscious because you're such a fucking lion, aren't you?
It's not about that. It's about the fact that if the woman was with me in the club or if the woman couldn't protect me, that's not the woman's domain. It's down to me and my team to protect me. The female has absolutely no say when it comes to things like personal safety. She has
so she can't have a team around her. She can't.
A team of chicks? A team of chicks?
Of anybody.
Send your girl to the club.
What? Did I say chicks? Did I say chicks?
Oh, a team of dudes. Cool. You want to send your girl to the club with a bunch of dudes. Cool. Your prerogative. Enjoy. Hope you have a nice, long relationship.
Yo.
Well, I mean, my relationship will be long and fulfilling. I can't say the same to when you treat people like this. I mean,
saying that you don't go to the club without me, we'll go together. Oh, I'm the worst man in the world. Oh no, don't take your girl to the VIP table with you. Oh, don't do that, Andrew, you misogynist. Send her out there with all those other dudes. I'll tell you what, bro. 87 professional fights, 4-time kickboxing world champion. How about this? I'll protect your chick. Send her to the club with me.
Bro, you can be the biggest lion out there. You can be the most Chad-like bald guy out there. Okay, if you drink get spiked, you're dropping.
That's not the point I'm making. The point I'm making is about the respect that she will have for me for protecting her and my responsibility over her and the authority that comes with it. It'll be about the fact that I don't want my woman in the club without me. I think it's disrespectful, and I don't think that any woman who truly loves a man even wants to do that. Women test boundaries as they should. And I'm about to make another comparison. I'm about to make another comparison that you can use. Use my analogies against me. You said
I have no other material. You said attack. You said approach me by going 1-to-1 and going with specifics. What else is there than the things that you're feeding me that I can use? Am I supposed to speak in hieroglyphs or some shit? What am I supposed to do? I have to.
Completely. So I compared women to cars, so that makes me a bad man. I'm about to compare women to children. Oh no, I'm a really bad man. So let's do the same thing, right? So when you have a child, let's say you have a 6 or 7 year old kid, they push the boundaries. They try and see what they can get away with until eventually you come and say, no, you're not allowed to do that anymore. If you leave a child completely unchecked, they're going to do a bunch of crazy shit, right? There has to be a point they come up against the wall where the parents say, no, I'm older than you. I'm more responsible than you. I'm wiser than you. I know things you don't know. Do not stick your fingers in the plug socket. That's part of being an adult. It's part of being a parent. It's the same thing as being a man for a woman. If you're a man with a woman, you're likely older, a lot older, so you're wiser by default. You're probably, if you're a successful man, more successful than her. You've seen a lot of things. You've probably seen more violence than she has, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. You're very, very qualified to come along and say,
why do you intend that you're probably more successful than she is?
Because you're likely older. I mean, I don't know. There's not many 18-year-old girls who are going to be more successful than a 35-year-old man. Maybe. But
why are you dating somebody younger?
Okay, 25-year-old. Doesn't matter. Men date younger women on average because young women like older men on average.
That's
and they
true.
like that because
That
they
is
respect
true.
older men because they respect the authority.
So
I don't think any of the things I'm saying here are largely contested. I think everyone agrees that women like.
I mean, not only are they largely contested, they are mostly contested. I think most people disagree with you on this. I mean, most rational beings, except for the people that are completely delusional or off the tracks, unhinged. The problem that you think is that you're saying that men, it's impossible for them to be pushed into the right directions or helped like a children from women. The girls can't come in and say, stop doing this, stop doing that. They can't do that to you or any other guys because they're women. Which, what the fuck is that? That's just so illogical.
Some men need women to guide them. That's fine. I'm not one of those men.
Also, now some. Earlier it was all, now it's some. We're going down the list now. We're trying to... What's up?
It was overall. I gave a scenario in which many men are mothered by their girlfriends, and I said in said scenario, the woman has authority and responsibility, and she can prevent him from going to the club. And then I also said in every single relationship, somebody has responsibility and authority. Nothing is 50-50. And then I also said for the same reason I would not allow someone to break into my car, no matter how good the locks are, I will not put my woman in a scenario where people are going to try and take her from me because I find it disrespectful and she shouldn't want to be there. That's what I said. That's all the things I said. Now, if you have a relationship in which you want your girl to go out to the club as much as she wants, that's your prerogative. I'm not coming here telling you not to do it. I will tell you it's going to end badly for you. You may disagree with me, but it will. If you keep letting your girl go to the club, it's going to end badly, not just because she's going to get stolen, but because she's not going to respect you as a man. She's going to say, this man lets me go out and get drunk with other men every fucking night. What kind of dude do I have?
That is your definition of what the respect that she owes you is, not the definition of that relationships overall. That's how that transaction goes. Like, I think this is... I mean, you're being obtuse. The problem with this is that you're being obtuse about it, right? Relationship, you have to be... Okay, why are you in a relationship in the first place? Why are you with a girl, right? Because you want to. Because you want to be fulfilled. You want to have a relationship, and you want to feel like you're in something, right? You're committed. Why do you date? Tell us. Why do you date?
Absolutely, for the same reason everybody dates, for fulfillment.
Okay, so a lot of points, let's say like a polygon. A lot of things make you fulfilled, like a little bit of this, a little bit of that, a little bit of it makes it a nice polygon, right?
Correct.
Right. So, in my opinion, this is what the foundation of what a relationship is. For me to be fully fulfilled, I want the person I'm with, my partner, to that one of prerequisite is that they're fulfilled in all these ways. It needs to match. For me to match, it's almost like if she's fulfilled, I'm fulfilled, and we are together like that, right?
Yep.
And what you're saying is that what fulfills a person, they have to sacrifice and lose out on some of these points for you to feel fulfilled. How does it make any sense whatsoever? That is completely and utterly illogical because they have to make compromises and sacrifices that overall will lack fulfillment and will make you feel less fulfilled, and you will end up with a raw loss overall in this exchange.
I'm gonna let y'all finish this conversation, but I just want to say I got to dip. Got a flight to catch. I'm gonna holler at y'all. Appreciate you, X.
Later, brother.
Los. Peace.
See you, man. Take it, man.
Right, appreciate you.
You understand it?
Your argument. I understand your argument. Your argument is that if the woman has to make compromises to be with me, she's not completely fulfilled, which will stop me being completely fulfilled.
Yeah. I like that you're listening a lot. I like that. Thank you.
But you make compromises to be with her. You don't fuck other women. You do that.
That is not okay. When you talk about the framework of a good, stable, committed relationship, okay, fucking other girls is not a compromise. It's pre-intended.
Going to the club with a bunch of dudes is pre-intended. It's all about the parameters you set. If you're going to sit here and say that I don't want her to have to change a single thing about her life because of
the difference,
then you shouldn't have to change anything about your life.
Agreed, Andrew. That would be the perspective, as if I felt like I'm losing something by her going to the club, except I don't. Why? Because she doesn't get anything out of going to the club in those ways. That takes away from my relationships because I'm number one. You can't replace me. They see me as the perfect fit. They love me. Right? I don't lose anything by them going to see number 2s and 3s and 50s and 100s. They have the best at home. I don't lose shit. You intend that when your girls go to the club, you're scared that they're gonna lose something. The other people around at the club are better than you because you, Andrew, you're not number 1 in their heart. You're number 3, and they might get number 2 over there or number 1, and you're scared of that. Why are you scared of that? I don't get that. It makes no sense at all.
We've already discussed the fear argument. We've already discussed about the fact that no matter how good the locks are, I wouldn't put it in a high crime area. We've already discussed this. I understand you're trying to use the fact that trying to paint me as insecure and fearful.
No.
That's incorrect.
Like I said, you're not going to answer me. I want you to dissect my argument. Sorry to cut you off. You're good at letting me cut you off. Okay? I want you to dissect what I said, right? At the beginning or in the middle. And I want you to just counter-argue it. What I'm saying is that I don't make a sacrifice in that relationship by, I want to fuck other girls. Bro, I want to fuck that one girl. I don't lose out on like other girls. I don't want these girls. I want that one. She's my number 1. I'm number 1. I don't lose out and make a compromise that, no, I can't fuck other girls that I like less and love less. Otherwise, I would date these girls or that girl. So I'm not losing on that potential. The same way she doesn't lose out on you. Does that make sense? It's logical.
Not really. But let me blow your mind. Let's change the quick trajectory. Let me blow your mind. If your woman was truly fulfilled by you and she truly loved you, she wouldn't give a fuck about club. She wouldn't even want to go.
Oh God,
that's the truth. I don't have to argue with my women about going to the club.
That is so true, bro.
Then she's not allowed to go to the bowling alley then.
They will come,
they'll
come to me and say, "Can I go to the club with all my friends?" And say, "Not without me." She'll say, "Okay, baby," and that's it. It's really not an argument. It's not hard because she's fulfilled in other ways. Now, if she didn't respect me and she wasn't fulfilled in other ways, then of course she'd argue. Then that club would become important. But to her,
then can you? Okay, I understand. Then can she go to laser tag?
Sure, she can go laser tag. I don't give a fuck. It's no problem. But it's not about that. It's about the scenario.
What if she sees an absolute lion Chad way more than at the club, some big, tough, muscular guy that looks better than you and is more intelligent? Then what?
Good. Then fine.
Then you park your Lambo at in the hood, and your Lambo it's getting taken. Then now you say good. So the club is parked there. Laser tag parking is good. How?
Incorrect. Because laser tag is not invented for people to fuck. The only reason clubs even exist. The only reason clubs even exist, and I'll tell you why. The basic mechanics of clubs. I know a little bit about it because I own a couple. The basic mechanics of clubs is that you fill them with girls. Girls have no money. Men come, spend ridiculous amounts of money on alcohol, which is massively overpriced to try and attract females. Yes. If you get a club with no females in it, no men even go. The whole point of a nightclub is to fuck. So I will not send my woman who is with me to the fucking ground. She can go to Walmart, but she ain't going to go to a place which is specifically designed and set up for her to get intoxicated and famoosed. And not because I think she will get famoosed, because she is too respectful for me, too respectful of me to go to a scenario in which she would be seen. Even, listen, bro, you may disagree with me. I'll tell you something.
Well, I'm like I said, your arguments fall on its face because, I mean, my woman, she obeys me, right? She has friends and feels fulfilled at doing social activities, and her friends all want her to go to the club. It's some girl's birthday, and yes, she's single. That one is vulnerable. It's a vulnerable prey. Okay, that girl. Okay, but they're all going to the club together, right? My girl can't tag along. No, she can't. She cannot partake. She cannot partake in social activities that make her feel fulfilled socially. She can't. She can't because that club is designed for people to fuck, right? So she can't go in there or close to it, right? Dude, so many more places are designed to fuck and more people get fucked out of them. So how does that make sense?
It's your prerogative what you want to do inside of your own relationship. I'm going to explain.
It's not a prerogative. I want you to explain that.
Sure, I will explain. Again, no problem. Firstly, you just gave a very particular scenario. So now
that's important because if you say all, then it has to be all the specifics.
Hey, my girl means. When I say my girl doesn't go clubbing, I mean she doesn't go clubbing, right? So it means she does not go out all the weekend. She ain't partying anytime she wants. She doesn't go clubbing. Let's imagine there's a particular birthday for a girl, and this girl is a girl I know, and I think she's a pretty good influence, and she's not a bad girl, and they all want to go to the club, and I drop her off, and I pick her up. Then that is a scenario in which it possibly could happen once a year.
Then why do you say all? Then if you agree on a scenario, then why do you say all? See, this is something that you always do that when you're vocal about your mindset that irritates me a little bit, right? Not personally, but just overall hearing that. Is that when you say alls, right, and you're very, very hard about that when you're alone on camera, right, and you don't get interviewed or kind of argued. It's a monologue, not a dialogue. You say all. I'm such a lion. All. But when you come here and we talk about it, you say but this scenario, but that one, but this one, but that one. How does that make sense, bro?
Because there are scenarios. Obviously, there are scenarios. Exceptions don't disprove rules. When I say my woman doesn't go clubbing, I mean she does not on the weekends be out clubbing. She does not message me, I'm at the club tonight, see you tomorrow. She does not do that. You're giving me a very particular set of scenarios. Maybe once if her friend had a birthday, maybe, yeah, perhaps. What we're talking about is different things. And I'm telling you why. You're trying to disprove me using exceptions in very, very unique scenarios. I'm sitting here saying people are born with two eyes. And you're saying, no, some people are born with one eye. Yeah, that's true. But in general, when you say how many eyes does someone have, you say two. Now, if someone asks me how many eyes does someone have, and I say two, and you're going to run along and go, I know someone with one eye, that does not make me fucking wrong. So you're just trying to use exceptions to disprove rules, and it doesn't work that way.
Damn, he's good.
Any woman who's with me, in general, if you were to ask her, does she go clubbing? The answer would be no. I'm Andrew's girl. I don't go to clubs without Andrew. Now, are there very particular scenarios in which perhaps if a movie premiere and she's A-list and she has to go to a club for 15 minutes with security and I pick her up? Yeah, sure. That's not the point we're fucking making. Any woman who's with me doesn't go to the club. And the most important point of all of this is she doesn't want to. I don't have to stop her.
Okay.
Go.
I'm not. This is an understatement, but understatements. Literally, you could literally win bike races backwards with how fucking hard you're backpedaling. It's insane the way that you revert your main arguments and go down them and start disintegrating them. The way you do, I've never seen that before, man. I don't know how you can even justify this. You say never go clubbing, and then there's exceptions. There are exceptions that actually happen most of the time.
Should I ask about guy best friend?
That we went out clubbing, it was for a reason. It had a reason behind it. It had something behind it, right? That wasn't, I'm gonna go out to see some other options and start fucking. Right? There's so many ways and reasons why people go to the club.
Think, bro. Like,
it's a social gathering. There's a lot of people.
Sure.
It's fun. It's energetic. End of story.
Sure. Well, if I had to make a binary decision, if I were to come along and say that no exceptions all are allowed, either she's allowed to go to the club whenever she wants and go to all those birthdays, or never go to the club and miss all those birthdays, and she would never go to the club and she would never go to a single fucking birthday and she would not complain. My women do not want to go to the club without me. This is being discussed as if I have to stop them. It's just, these are the parameters for being with me. You don't go to the club without me. Got it. Cool. Done. It's not a big deal.
All right, yo, X and Tate, listen, can we get to this next topic? The having a girl, having a guy best friend.
I mean, that one's, I mean, if he does agree with the girl having visual or aura contact with other male beings that are in the vicinity, clearly she cannot have a best friend. I mean, a friend, an acquaintance, bitch, mother, a sight of fucking real life men pixel is a fucking breach to Tate's fucking insecurities. I don't know. I don't think
I'm not insecure territorial.
That is insecurity. By definition, not allowing the girl to be around the sight of other men is insecurity.
I think you meant in a club scenery, but I'm just gonna ask Andrew: can your girlfriend have a guy best friend?
No,
I don't think either. To be honest.
Holy fuck!
So you don't think that you're so? Do we agree on this that your woman should not have a male best friend?
Well, a best friend means, for me, a best friend is somebody you spend most of your time with. If I'm with somebody, I'm spending most of my time with them, right? Otherwise, there's a lack somewhere that they're making up by doing other shit. Having friends is cool, right? They're gonna spend most of their time with somebody else because they're lacking some sort of social contact. That's a problem in itself. That is lack of fulfillment on one end, which translates to lack of fulfillment on both ends. That's a problem.
Yeah, I don't think a woman should. I think that. Well, firstly, you have to understand the paradigm. Do you think men and women can even be friends?
Ooh, yeah, that's what we talked about earlier.
That is like super case by case. I think that's super hard.
I agree with that.
It's like really case by case. It depends. It
just depends.
See, it always depends of the nature of that relationship in the first place. I think they can be friend if things are clear from the get go and you just kind of know, right? But you have to be very, very rational about it, though.
Do you think that in 99% of scenarios, when man's friends with a chick, he'd like to sleep with her if he could?
Okay. So, yeah. See. It's gonna be the all or most against. It's gonna be like the all against most take or all against whatever fucking take. You know, we're gonna go down again like last time. Whatever. Let's say. Fucking. I can use a close example. Okay. This girl does projects for Twitch events or fucking stream events. His name is Cutie. Okay. Just an example. Okay. I steered a bunch of events. We work on projects together, I guess. Right. I never fuck her.
Yeah, that's acquaintance. That's work. We're talking about friendship.
Well, I mean, she's still a friend, though.
No, she's an acquaintance. She's someone you work with, someone you know. I wouldn't call him a friend.
So, okay, it's not mutually exclusive.
Well, yeah, it's hard to draw the line. But my point is that I don't think that when a woman and a man are purely just friends without, let's say, a financial
note. Chat what other debate topics y'all have.
Just friends. I don't think that's a platonic relationship. I think the man is interested in her most of the time. And when people disagree with me I say, then why do all the hot girls have so many friends and all the ugly girls don't have any? The men are trying to get laid. And for her to sit there and entertain it and pretend that that's not the case. Oh, no, he's just my friend. She knows what's going on. It's bullshit.
X, I have a question. Sorry to interrupt. Someone asked.
I mean, because you can reverse that.
X,
what?
Somebody had asked X if would you be okay if your girlfriend was best friends with Andrew Tate?
Well, I don't want any of my friends being friends with Andrew Tate. Andrew Tate is a fucking moron. No, I'm just kidding.
We could, you're a famous Twitcher, bro. We could get a lot of pay-per-views on a boxing match anytime.
Bro. Have you seen these sticks I got? These are sticks. I can't fight with that. Bro, I did one tap. I'm still not scared saying that. It's like, I don't know. It's like, it's not even comparable. It's like if I said biggest fucking UFC fighter, Colossus, fucking 7 foot Andy. I mean, he's going to clap you too. It's all a matter of scale.
course. Well, this is my point. The point is that I don't think that most male-female friendships are truly and utterly completely platonic. I think if any woman's honest, she'll admit that too. And for the same reason I discussed earlier, well, I wouldn't let someone attempt to break into my Lambo. I would not let some man come along under the shield, under the guise of friend. I'm not gonna let some dude come along, put on a friend hat, and try it on with my chick permanently. That's bullshit. And she shouldn't want that either. She should say, this guy obviously wants more. I'm not talking to him. Or I'll talk to him only at work for X event. That's it. And I know these views for some reason. I don't know why these views are extreme. Because
these are not. These are not. The rest of them are kind of extreme. They are legitimately. That one is not too extreme because yeah, a lot of people have these intentions that are preemptive, and when they see somebody that's like attractive or whatever, yeah, they'll be friends and try to snake their way in or whatever. But
would your mother hang around with some dude behind your father's back and say he's her friend?
Would your mother say that again?
Would your mother hang around with some dude behind your father's back and say he's just my friend? Would your father tolerate that?
They're not together, they're divorced.
Okay. But I'm talking about a different generation, right? Let's imagine people who married 40, 50 years ago. Was it normal? Was it normal then for chicks to be hanging around with a bunch of dudes and saying he's just my friend only 30, 40 years ago? Or is this all new think?
A friend, it depends what kind of activities you do. I mean, dude.
Nah, bro, he's right.
You can have friends doing a bunch of shit. Like they can go fucking, maybe they like playing golf together. Maybe they like.
It's new think, my friend. And what you must understand is that the things I'm talking about were perfectly normal and completely and utterly accepted.
Oh, you're one of these guys. Okay.
These guys. It's about accepting that society has changed and that new think is untested. And when you look at untested think, because that's what it is, it's untested by the definition of being new in and of itself. It's untested.
Yo, Chad, how long is he gonna get a massage for, bro?
We had relationships for a very, very long time, thousands of years, where when a woman was with a man, she only spoke to that man. In most of the world today, still that is the case. You may live in America, but if you go to Africa or any of the Middle East or Asia or even Europe, Eastern Europe, Russia, any of these places, if you think these chicks have male friends, then you don't understand the world very well.
Taking a piss. America, 1 sec. Keep going.
Okay,
Keep
going. I'm gonna reverse and say, in the age of Mesopotamia or some shit, right? Girls had friends and shit, then stuff with other guys. Yeah, things change. It doesn't devalidate them as untested. A lot of things were untested previously. Like, how does that prove anything? Like, what is that? New equals bad thing? Like, I don't know what that is.
New doesn't equal bad. New equals untested, which means you don't know, nobody knows how this new societal paradigm is going to play out. I can only talk from my personal experience, and my personal experience is that when a woman has a bunch of male friends and a boyfriend, the relationship doesn't last very long. That's my personal experience. I've seen it happen 1,000 times.
Yeah, I mean, if you date some girl who's unfulfilled of you so much that she's willing to give other guys a chance and keep an open mind about who they're going to date and who they're with, that they're going to do that with people that they meet randomly.
But if she's fulfilled, she wouldn't have male friends. You're pretending that a girl can be fulfilled.
That's not true. That's not true.
What if she already had a friend before you, like years ago?
Understood. I've been with women and they've had a friend for a very long time, but I make it very clear to him, look, he clearly likes you. And if she's honest, she'll like, yeah, I know. I keep my arm's length. And she's very honest and open with me about it. Oh, he just texts me trying to get me to go out. I'm not going to reply to him. And she'll distance herself on purpose, and she'll make it very, very clear that she's in love with me. And she'll keep him where he belongs, very, 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 very firmly in the friend zone with no hope. Because that's her job to do. I don't have to tell her to do that. Now, if I have to come along to a chick and say, you're giving this guy too much, stop texting him. If I have to do that, then she doesn't respect me, and I'm not going to be in that relationship. I'm not going to sit there and police her phone. She'll self-police out of respect for me. If she's not doing self-policing, then she clearly doesn't respect me very much, and I need to understand the chessboard. I need to look at the board and say, okay, I'm not very well respected in this relationship. She thinks talking to these dudes is more important than keeping me happy. It's only a matter of time until we break up.
Okay. I agree with this, but the problem is that you're lumping two things that are very, very, very different. Okay, relationship needs and social needs. They're separate experiences. You saying and fearing the social overall aspect of your girlfriend, saying that she's mixing that with your personal relationship love, right, is a problem itself. That is a problem that you cannot that you can't see. There's social needs. There's to talk to other beings, hear new ideas, have different intellectual conversations with other beings than you, bro. You can't entertain all of her fucking intellectual whatever the fuck, bro. They have to go out there and talk and have fun conversations that aren't having sex and having love with somebody else. Like what?
I'd appreciate if you'd stop using the word fear because I'm not fearful. So you can stop using that word, firstly. Secondly.
Well, I can't. It's hard because when you don't want somebody to do something, it's out of fear. Right? That's how it is.
You think?
Yeah, by default it is, but you are fearful of something happening. Yes.
It's not about being fearful. It's just about having my boundaries as an individual and having
boundaries of what? Boundaries that what will happen? Boundaries of what? What is the thing that you're shielding? You said boundary from what? Boundary and shield from what? From something. Bro, you don't wear a fucking bulletproof vest being scared of the fucking wind. You wear bulletproof vest against guns and bullets, bitch. Sorry. I take the bitch back. I cannot pull that.
I don't mind. That's fine. I'll answer your first original question about them being social. Women often, if they're with a man and they love that man, their social circle ends up involving or being built around that man. His friends become their friends. The girlfriends of the other guys that he's friends with becomes their friends. I'm not saying they're not going to have any friends and nobody outside of me. But anybody who is completely and utterly unrelated to me is to a degree an enemy combatant. You need to understand, my friend, that life as a man is ultra competitive and it is war. We are all competing with each other.
Everybody's at war.
Okay.
The whole thing is war. Girls at war. Guys, everybody is at fucking war. Yes, life is a battlefield, and sometimes you gotta make choices and shit like that, and that's you climb, motherfucker. You have to take some down. It is what it is. It's a war, yeah.
All right, but I would argue that women, to a degree, call me misogynist, are a spoil of war. If you're a man and you've been through war and you've been through enough shit, you get women along with money, along with status, along with respect. Women are a spoil of war. They always have been. Look at the ancient times. They turn up, take the city, take the women. Women are a spoil of war. So all men are competing with each other for all the things men want. All of you Twitchers are competing with each other for views. I'm competing with people to make as much money as possible. If you're going to go try and get a chick, you're not the only person trying to get her. You are competing with people who are trying to get her too. And my point is this. If I win said war and a female becomes mine, I'm not going to let an enemy combatant put on a friend hat and use that as a shield and a bullshit excuse to sit there and attempt to silently chip away at my relationship. Every single time she's unhappy with me or we have an argument and he's in her fucking phone saying, well, you could do better than him. Anyone who thinks that makes you secure to allow your chick to just be poisoned.
Okay.
It's not about security. That's just responsibility. She is yours. She loves you. She adores you. Her social circle should include you and revolve around you. Anyone who comes along and has nothing to do with me, but still wants something to do with my chick is unacceptable.
Okay. I understand. So it's a spoils of war because you did something, right? Like I want to fire back at you and say that where you're in a relationship, it has to be because you are something, not because you did something and you got me, because you are something. That's how you reach fulfillment in a relationship. You're with somebody who's with you because of you, and you're them because of they are them. What happens when you are, since you're using the battle war thing, right? You're Achilles, the great fighter with a sword, right? And you smoke this big ass giant, and you get the spoils. You get in your words, you get the bitch. Now she comes to your tent and she gets to ride on the fucking stick. Yeah. The spoils of war, right? Yeah, bro. Yeah. Right. And then you build this relationship on the fact that you're such a successful fighter. The next day, something comes along, you go in the stairs and you fucking break your leg. Then it's all over, right? It's all over. Bro. You go back to your tent, it's crickets. She's fucking gone because you can't fucking jump and sword that guy anymore. You can't do the leap that Achilles did because you can't fight anymore. Therefore, it's gone, right?
So what's the point?
So you're saying that's how it works. Because she's not with you for you. She's with you because of some achievement, some tangible event that you did, some height that you got. And you shouldn't be worthy or you should be fulfilled of anything else but that one event.
Well, I have two answers for that. Firstly, you said she shouldn't be with you for something. She should be with you because you are something. Well, how do you become something?
That's what you become. Wait.
Become something by doing things. So you're trying to separate the two as if they're separate. They're not
separate. You is a lot of things. Your achievements is a small thing. Being successful isn't.
Hold up,
not in the realm of a man. In the realm of a man, your achievements are 85% of all of who you are. As a man, you are judged solely on your status. You don't even have to be good looking. You need to be important. And you're only going to be important by achieving important things. As a man, you're only judged on your importance and your status. And also another point I want to make, you made it sound like if I lose that next battle, she's going to run away. Well, no, not completely. But I'll counter that by saying...
Not completely.
No, but I will answer.
Now she's attacks you because you're a failure. She needs to tax you on whatever you do because now you're not as good as you were before. So she's losing that part of success that you had. She's not, now she should tax you. She should say, Andrew, give me $10 a day, bro. So you have to go like a wagey to the market and sell peaches, right? Because you don't fulfill her now anymore. She lost something, bro. Get taxed, pussy.
Do you think that women don't leave their man or initiate divorce when that man loses his job or can no longer financially provide? You think arguments don't happen?
Bitch-ass, unstable ones do from people who can't select their women properly.
When she does not respect you, she will leave you. And respect is a multifaceted, it's a large and complex issue. But if you cannot provide as a man, if you are not competent, she will lose respect for you and eventually she will leave. For you to sit here to say that you can lose endless battles and your girl will stay with you anyway is dream world fallacy. I'm not even talking.
Give me a new topic.
I'm a fucking warrior. I go through the
back
downs
and forth
and the ups. And I would assume the person that is with me knows I can lose 1,000 battles. At the end, I will win the war some fucking how. They know that because I built character and I built who I am as a person. And that person who's with me knows this and doesn't need some event or some win at least one battle out of 10 so for me to stay secure. They don't need that because they know who I am. They don't need little battles. They know the war's won because she's with the fucking winner. That's how it works.
Right. Well, if she's going to see you as a winner, even though you've lost a battle, which is fantastic, and that's how a woman should view her man, then she's only going to see you as a winner because she's seen you win a bunch of battles before. Any woman who's only ever seen you lose is not going to stand there and say he's a winner, is she?
I guess that's a fair point. Yeah.
No, my point is this. As a man, you are judged by females and by society at large on your competence. And your competence, by extension, means your ability to win in all scenarios. The more competent you are as a man, the higher status you are as a man. We don't just have to talk about money, right? My woman can come to me and say, there's a man outside with a knife. And I will go and deal with said situation. She can come to me and say, I need $1 million. I can deal with said situation. She can come to me and say, I don't know the answer to this. I can deal with it. She can come to me and say, I need a second passport. I have to disappear. I need a second name. I can deal with it. I am competent in all realms. The more competent I am, the more she respects me. By extension, the more responsibility and authority I have over her, and the less likely she is wanted to go to a club and shake her ass around. If I can't fix all of her problems, I have less authority. That's normal. I don't think if I was a beautiful woman, I wouldn't be with a man who's not top fucking level. Why would I be? Because I have innate value. So to sit here and say that women don't give a fuck if you win or lose and all of that is not true because it's too competitive. It's too competitive. There are too many men out here who want the hot chicks. A hot woman can have anyone she wants. She ain't going to choose the dude who fucking is.
With this definition, then you are admitting that any girl that dates you, right? Any girl that dates you is only with you until she sees some guy who's more successful and has won more battles than you. Therefore, you shouldn't be with anybody, right? Because of who you are, right?
No.
Every girl is always looking up at something better. The grass is always greener. You're just some pawn then, right? No. Because as soon as you go to the yacht and some guy pulls up randomly that has more money or has more followers or more whatever, she's gone. Because that guy has more battles. Yes, that's what you said. I was in your argument. The guy has won more battles and is more stable. Why shouldn't she go to that guy?
After
I'm saying that man to be a threat. Obviously, she's going to have an emotional attachment to you because you're going to have an established relationship, private jokes, time spent
Hold on,
Chat. You're scared she's going to leave then.
I'm not scared. I'm not scared of anything.
You are. Yeah, that is what. Because he has something you don't. I have something that nobody else has. Nobody. Not even you, him, the president. I'm myself. That's all I fucking need.
Cool. Well, then I would put it this way. I would expect any man listening to this stream to see me as a threat, because if you don't see me as a threat, then you are literally stupid. If you see your girl talking to me, I expect you to be like, fuck, he ticks too many boxes, he's too competent, and he's too good at certain things. I don't need him near my woman. Now, she ain't gonna run away straight away, no. But if I keep talking to her, and you and her have a little bit of an argument, she's gonna end up doing something that she might even regret it, but she's gonna end up doing it. That is the nature of humanity. Now, to sit here and say that because I'm me, I'm so secure, I'm not threatened by nobody, that's not true. That's not an intelligent way to approach things. I'm a world champion fighter, right? If I see a man in my garden late at night, he may not be able to fight like me. I still don't want him near my house. Who the fuck are you, right? That's still a threat. It's still somebody who wants what I have. So it's not even as black and white as you're trying to make it. Another point you're trying to make, but
he's not even competing. You already won. It's not even, there's no competition. You're yourself. You've shown that. So why do they need anything else?
The competition. Go on.
Well, I mean, I'm just saying, it's not competition. I mean, why would you? There's no competition. You have what nobody else has. How is it anybody competing with that?